today on the midday show, but it is now to send you the big kahunas who are to our left or right now. Actually, my bad. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Trying to get to the chat.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody. See, they distracted me with that because I was trying to get to the correct screen, which I'm not even in just yet. So welcome back, everybody.
And the World Series is going to go 6 or 7 games.
I can't believe this. Oh, goodness. My daughter's all, there's too much of that. Some of the teachers are like, enough of this 6-7 stuff, and they've been banning it in class.
August or whatever, when we're playing baseball, the teachers are doing it.
They had to say something about it at guides as well. It's just.
Oh, is it?
Well, I mean, sometimes it turns into like, it just gets too disruptive. It just gets too disruptive, some of these like memes. Then the kids like go crazy with their mind. We weren't even plugged in.
This is the only way to shut
First of all,
that was the only way to shut me up.
I actually unplug those.
Why was mine unplugged?
Well, I don't know.
Am I being told something? Is my key card still work? Is this my last appearance up on here? Maybe that might make people happy.
Okay, I have to find the current stream because I'm not in the chat.
Well, I'm short
right
the
now.
TQs here, but it was a good run.
Gold crashes.
No, I was just saying, is it gonna be 6 or 7 games? You know?
Which one?
Yeah, 6 or 7. I don't know if they're gonna win in 6 or 7 games or not. I don't know. You know.
7.
I'm Italian. You're talking with my hands.
7.
I gotta get into that. I mean, you haven't watched the South Park episode yet, have you?
You know, I used to be a huge South Park fan.
You should get right back into it, man. They have so many funny, like,
I just love
satirical, like, just right now, it's like they're all over Trump. They're all over like everything that is. They're over a chat. They had an episode on AI. No, they had an episode on Kalshi. Yeah,
nice.
So it was pretty funny. Yeah, it's really. I think it's one of the better seasons.
Even though just the last few minutes, let's tell you, my head is like pounding. Like we need some sleep is what they're telling me. Like it was just.
They're telling you, yeah. I mean,
so my brain is like, why we can't do this again?
Oh, welcome to my brain every day.
No, it's absolutely
not good.
Yeah, so last night was fun. But the market's starting. No, the market's not coming back in. It's just Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat might have double topped here. All right, so they just no one walking it down per se, but I finally actually got in the long on kind of the right side. I'm going to give this. Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to give this to underneath like it's like 263 or 64 is this prior bar. So if we lose that, then I'm going to jump out of this one. Just looking to see if it could break out that high that it may make a run to 3. Beyond Meat's been strong for most of the day. Outside of the first like 30 minutes or so, this one's been battling back into the upside. So that the title of the stream was actually gold dumping. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, gold. We got filled on gold. We got 677.50 on gold actually, or not 677. Was it 377? I'll have to look. Yeah, in the long term. Yeah, I was talking about this morning.
You mean 376?
Whatever it was. 377.50. I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's at right
now.
now.
What did I say? I said 376.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I bought it right there live on air when we were doing it.
Same thing.
Right now I'm short the Qs. We're going to go over to the desk in a minute. But look, I mean, let's just talk about risk management just real quick. My stop is at 11s. So 5 cents from now, we'll lose 15 cents, okay? We did this here. That was, our first outs were 10 cents, and then the rest goes downside. So that was already 65 cents, 50 to 60 cents again right there. So we've reloaded, and this time it's actually our least amount of shares on the reload because this trade has now happened for us like once, twice, 3 times. We lost right. See, here's the trade right here again. So we lost right there, which was very, very small. Then we waited for it to do the dunking again, and we shorted again through 108. And then we shorted again on the pop back up there using the 50-period moving average. Now we're well away from all this. There's really nothing to short against other than this high. So that's right where we're shorting. Well, we're going to get out if it breaks. Obviously in hindsight, you look back and say, well, I'd like to be short here instead of right where we are. But that's worked so many times. So we just put on a little bit of shares there into this, and it looks like we're going to get broken out. So this is the only trade that I have on. I know it's not on the board there. But it'll be on the board in a second once we get
I wanted to check to see if I can use that thing, because Jameson just put something in the chat. I feel obliged to answer questions from you, Jameson, because the other Jameson I know.
I thought he was hurt. I was looking last night. I was like, I turned it on because I wasn't watching.
I very clearly didn't watch the game, and I was like, oh, man, he must have gone down with an injury. Because the same thing you did.
I guess it's good that he didn't, right? Go down for injury.
Better
to put up 0.
Apparently, he was on. The guy never complains about targets, but Jameson Williams actually made an Instagram post
Oh,
And, like,
okay, well.
He is the one dude who, like, he blocks his butt off and never complains, but, like, he made some Instagram post about something. But,
Okay.
shoot. Oh, there it is. Jameson, how much is ARM worth if NVIDIA is $4 trillion? And my response to that is,
Whatever the market says it's worth.
yeah, more, like honestly, like, more than this, but valuations have at no point in ARM's entire history since it came to market has the valuation made a ton of sense. I think it's obviously, I'm not going to go to a higher time frame to make this look any more clean, but you can sort of see what's happening at the top. It gets over 170, and then the selling starts to come into this. Like, I recently trimmed. I believe it's worth more. I think if this AI rally continues to go, and the chip space continues to be strong, like, why not? Like lots of, and this is not AMD. Like, these guys are more about power efficient chips, which I think, ultimately this does spread to them, but they're not as explosive in terms of some of the growth as others out there. But yeah, it's in a bit of a resistance spot, and we're just waiting for it to break out. Like, it has a decent chance, but as long as this resistance hold, to me, it's trim, wait for an opportunity to buy back in. I don't think, like, the dips underneath 100 have been really, really good on this stock. I don't know that we're going to see that, again, barring something extreme. So I think the 50 or 200 period, one of the two, I haven't even decided where I haven't stink bid since I took some off in this. And I can't decide whether I want the 50 or the 200 period. It's been respecting the 200 more. I just question whether or not we're going to be able to get there.
All right. Yeah, exciting stuff happening around here, obviously. Let's go back over. Yeah, well, we had good moves with Google.
Well, hopefully that'll be on the rundown.
Yeah, I really liked that Google trade here today. So here it is right here. We're about to get stopped out. So, we did. So, okay, we're stopped out. It's fine. When this came down on news that we already know about, that was very strange to me, and I wish that I would have been a little bit more aggressive. I wasn't really sitting here in trade. I was sitting here, but I wasn't like in mode to trade. I think we were already short the TQs at this point, and I was cheering on the market to go down because of this Google story. But again, just with an OpenAI browser, I mean, I've already talked about this, and so we all have. So this should not be surprising to anybody. And yeah, obviously, it just goes right back, literally, as my kids would say, literally right back to where we started on Google. So interesting story there. All right. Lots of interesting things happening around these places. So let's go. If we're ready. We are not ready yet. Okay, no problem. We'll wait. Sharif's setting it up. No problem.
Well, I just saw in the chat, they were like, oh, you guys are always sleeping on Micron. I get it.
Not really. I hit it crazy last week.
No, that's what I'm saying. We traded. It feels like we traded a couple times a month, but there was at least 3 days in a row where we had it. Like, one of us had it every single day to the long side. But ultimately, it's certainly true. Like, does NVIDIA do NVIDIA and AMD get traded more often? Sure.
I still think the word "does" was right there. Does NVIDIA? I think you were right the first time.
Yeah.
Do NVIDIA? Yeah, does. I think does.
Either way.
We can ask the professor. He's over there on the desk.
I'm not a professor. Like, you guys can correct my English all you want.
Professor of thugonomics.
No, but the stock is done fantastic. The craziest thing about this, and let's give Micron its due, right? Like, if you pull it up on a weekly chart, it's one of the best technical breakouts on a weekly. Like, you'll see, like, there's the prior high. Oh, those are dividends. Nice. You know what's weird? Like, for the longest time, I was putting these on my e-signal, and I would save it, and then I'd always have to keep putting them up there, and they wouldn't stay, and now they're there.
Good.
I don't know what the L stands for. Anyways, the prior high at 160 here.
Those are just dividends.
No, but there's like orange thing. Oh, it's highs and lows, 52-week highs and lows. Nice. So we have the consolidation over the prior high. Like, look at that break, and then the pullback week, it holds, and then this breakout, like, just perfect and gorgeous technically. So, obviously you're making another breakout on the week, although this candle could turn out red. It's still relatively bullish, and it just continues to make higher highs and higher lows. And it is one that, since that breakout, look at how good it has been. Absolutely gorgeous. Sharif will let us know when he's ready, so I'm just kind of reading the chat here. Oh, Sharif is ready. So let's go up, see what symbols are going to be on the rundown. My guess, well, I mean, Beyond Meat will probably be one of them. The other one I was going to guess is, was it that Ronnie?
Well, they vote on the midday, so it'll probably be like some more.
That's what I was going to say, Ronnie. I think Ronnie's going to make the list.
Yeah, okay, let's go see.
Afternoon rundown, everyone. The show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. The big boys, they're locked, they're loaded, and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But the only way to get the tickers right over here is to get into the chat and vote for your favorite tickers every day. You got to throw in that $sign though before the ticker of your choice, but make sure to vote, guys. Let's look at all 4 major averages, and 3 of them are red, 1 of them is negative. The NQ barely green, up 0.02, but holding on at 25,300. Likewise with the ES here, a smidge below 68,000, up 0.13. We'll see how this one closes out on the day, but it looks like it's got a good day for the Dow. By far the best performing major average on the day, up 0.7% and above 47,200. And the only negative index on the day major average is the Russell 2000, holding on at 25,000 though, but down about 1/3%. And this wasn't even close, guys. BYND, by far the most voted name by you guys. And what a day it's been, what a couple of days it's been for BYND. Until today, we didn't really have a headline to explain the up move, but today we get word that they're going to expand their partnership with Walmart, guys. So BYND up 86%. Neil's long right now.
Beyond Meat. I mean, the meat's not real, but the move absolutely is. Doesn't matter what you think about it. Do I like it? Not really. But yesterday, it held $1. Today, it held $2. Tomorrow, can it hold $3? Because at this rate, and then the funny thing about it is 3 is actually, technically 3 is the bigger level. Like $1 is just $1. Like there's actually nothing really here outside of the psychological effect of the dollar level. And then $2 kind of, but 3 is the September like absolute fade top, and the 200 period is at 305 here. So that's a monster test. Like if you look, when we talk about short sellers getting hurt, here, I think the best way to do this is maybe to just look at Open Door first. Now, remember when we talked about Open Door at $1? We had Michael Nas put up he had a great looking chart where I don't know where he got this, but he had volume of short selling on like the bottom instead of regular volume is increasing.
Oh, okay.
And I keep forgetting to ask him where he had that, where he was able to get that chart. And the amount of volume increase here in short selling was on the way to $1 in front of the 200 period moving average. So people were like, I'm assuming like hedge funds, were like shorting into the 200 period moving average, and then it went ham. If that's what's happening here on Beyond Meat, then this has not even broken the 200 period moving average at that $3. Like what happens to those shorts if the buying starts emerging over 3? So maybe that happens today. I think there's a chance, like the current long, I'm 1 for 3 on it, actually, no, technically 4, because I took 2 shots here, 1 shot there, on the wrong side of the V, and so finally got it here. I want to play it into the $3 range. Maybe it breaks 3 this afternoon, but before it gets there, as long as we keep bouncing off 250, I'm going to look for scalp trades on Beyond Meat into what looks like a big $3 level. Do I think it can do an Open Door? I think it can happen. Do I believe in the stock beyond the fact that it's a squeeze? No, but the short float is huge, and they got to cover when this happens. So maybe the turnaround works, but if there's a 1 in 10 chance the turnaround works, that's got to scare shorts, even if it's only 1 in 10.
Yeah, did you look at the short float? Did I just miss what you said?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
it was 70 the last time you checked,
Let's just double check because let's just double check what it is right now, because I was thinking that that's going to be obviously part of the story here as we continue moving forward here. All right, so the short float right there, is this Beyond Meat? It only says 10%, so I have no idea. That's clearly not right, so I don't know, unless it's just gotten way thinner, but short float right now, 10%. So I don't know. It was in the 60s or 70s, but I don't think, you would think they got, I know Joe's saying that maybe they got squeezed out, but that updates like every couple of weeks. I don't know if that is accurate or not. But anyways, at the end of the day, we still know that there's a short float on this thing. We talked about it yesterday that, potentially the day wasn't over yet with Beyond Meat, and that was the move, right? I mean, the move yesterday was pretty epic, but the thing about it is, with 1 billion shares, we did 1 billion shares yesterday. We're doing 1 billion shares today. This move is still not over. There's more to go, man. I mean, and yesterday at this time, I said, watch out for that $3 200 period moving average. Look, the last time we had like a little bit of a day like this, we did bust through it, right, and came screaming back in. So I would say, like, if you're still long, I know Westermeyer and some other people in the chat there were thinking long or staying long, and I was just going to say, like, that's not bad, but I would think about getting some out. I mean, it was just back here in September 25th that we were already up to $3 before this happened. Just like you can have one big FU candle to the shorts, you can also have it to the longs. So this could give it up tomorrow as well. Today we did get an extra story about Beyond Meat and Walmart, but that's not the story today. The story today is that it was added to this index. It was added to the Round Hill meme right here, stock ETF. So this is the story with Beyond Meat today was added to this ETF. So, you know, now that it's in this ETF, I don't know what that means for it, but it's not doing a whole bunch of volume. It's not like traders are going to have to scramble to grab shares in this. But the meme ETF apparently today added Beyond Meat. So it's Beyond Me why it's up 86%, but we've already sort of covered that. Short float, people taking a stab at this. And hey, these stocks exist for reasons, right? They're trading vehicles. Just don't get burned with it is what I would say. Make sure you exit some of your trade if you're still in it. I like the stock, but I don't like it that much. It's Beyond Meat.
Guys, NERV, Minerva shares soar on a $200 million financing for schizophrenia, drug trial. As I mentioned, $200 million in financing to advance to a phase 3 trial. Big move up, guys. This closed at about 2 1/3 yesterday. High of the day, 12.46. It broke down though. I was trying to trade this at around $10 to hold. It held 10 for a decent amount of time, but it seems to be stair-stepping down now. Still up 218%.
Yeah. So just quickly before we go to NERV, which by the way is losing VWAP, that doesn't look very good. I was just going over the top holdings of that meme. I was a little surprised. It's Navitas and Critical Metals are 1-2 at 10%, and then USAC, and then Open Door at 5%. Beyond Meat's at like 4%. If you go further down, it's at like 4%. So, yeah, interestingly enough, Navitas, which does not make the list for everyone to talk about, is not there. NERV has the nerve to lose the volume-weighted average price. Great volume. By the way, 150 million would be so much more impressive. Like if it wasn't for Beyond Meat doing over 1 billion shares and doing what it's doing, like this would have gotten all the attention this morning, no questions asked. But it's this $9 level right now. It was the early morning, like to 10:30 support on a pullback, and you can see like it's trying to hold 8 and needs to break back through 9. If it can regain and break away from here, I think you got another salvo potentially to the upside. Like the chart doesn't look ridiculous in terms of like it's not some crazy downward sloping daily chart, but the structure of it is a double top and then a breakdown underneath. Without reclaiming 9, I don't see a long in this afternoon. Like if anything, it would almost be like a shorted VWAP, but I'll stay with that. This is why I think you trade. Like Beyond Meat's trying to break back toward the high. NERV seems like it's lost its nerve a little bit. And we keep saying that the pre-market is your best friend in some of these. And that's true once again, like NERV in the pre-market, holding VWAP, holding VWAP, holding VWAP. And then if you just sort of set like a trail maybe, and if it goes up, you hold. If it doesn't, you trail out, but you've been getting it early so you don't lose money.
What's up, Randy?
The general for
the general?
General Tao? No, dude, General
Motors.
Oh, it was up. It's having its best day since.
I know.
Do you remember the General
something.
Tao by the Dundas office? What was the name of that
Johnny's
restaurant?
place.
Oh my.
Johnny?
Yeah, I remember. I just forget the name of the restaurant, but yeah, Johnny.
It was called Golden something.
Oh, they had the best General Tao chicken in the city.
The lobster?
Oh my.
Lobster, how rich are you? Yeah, here's GM right here, 15.7%. So yeah, it's highest day since, I don't know what they were saying, 2020 or something like that. So yeah, really extending out. And we really like the stock for a minute. And even Ford is on the way back upside. No, it is.
It is. Why are you laughing?
It's up 5% today, man. It's crushing your XOM
I don't understand
over there. Yeah, I mean, there it is, man. If you were more obsessed with Ford than XOM, Randy, you might be long Ford down here at $9, man. This thing's at $12.50 right now. Yeah, I know. I know we don't love this stock, but yeah, Ford reacting nicely to earnings.
Before we go back,
yes.
can we hit this?
Yeah.
My thing's working again, so I can put them on the screen myself.
Okay.
Ben Jones, can you please give technical analysis on IREN? Oh, it's SSR, which puts it in play tomorrow for a potential bounce. It just went 10% to the downside. So this is another one of the, if it's been running for a while, here, I'm going to put this half decent line of best fit so that you can see, despite making the top end, and I think a lot of these runners are pulling back. Like, look what happens when it kind of breaks that line of best fit. So I think it's in the midst of that break, like this break in here, which is like a secondary push off the top to pull into the 50 area, like this area of consolidation. That's more like 48. And then you have like the 50 period, and this support's right there at 39.40. So those are the two next levels to come back in. But when this happens, like I wish I was looking at this stock, because that's a pretty decent short setup for today off of that 63 level. So 48 and like 41 is what I would be looking at on the way back in. Like, there's so many of these high flying names that are just getting all this continuation to the downside. Like, we were saying the same thing about like just randomly Rigetti.
Yeah.
And just pick anything that's been going parabolic, and you're seeing this phenomenon across the board. You're not seeing that phenomenon happen with Amazon. That's for you know what sure.
Yeah, Neil, the best performing Mag 7 name on the day, far and away, up 2 2/3 after having, wasn't even a bad price action day yesterday, but there was obviously the AWS cloud service outage worldwide, affecting websites, apps, brokerages, you name it. It was all back and ready to go by about late 6 p.m. yesterday. But as you guys were commenting during the show yesterday, we had many viewers who were unable to execute on their brokerage positions, guys. So Amazon up 2.7%, a little bit off the highs though.
So I just shorted Apple. Apple is delaying their foldable iPad, apparently. Ooh. So I saw this wick down. Apple just went like huge volume there. I saw someone in the chat say Apple News, so I went and looked it up. But yeah, 260, like that was a huge move down. So I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. We'll short it on the way back up, and then we just took another little fill here at VWAP. But you know, when you're trading news-related names, it's not like VWAP is not going to be a thing. Like it's going to move based on whatever they think of that story. And so somebody obviously got word of that a little bit earlier there, started selling it off, and all of a sudden the story hit, and algos and, you know, traders like myself or whoever get involved. And now we're gonna wait to see if that story hits Main Street and if they actually even care about it, right? And so I'm gonna get out if it breaks above like 264. I was just gonna give it up to this high right there, and if it does, it does. This is not a trade where we're, you know, layering into this or getting super aggressive with it or anything like that. So let's just wait to see what winds up happening here with Apple. I'm here for it, but only for a small time, right? I'm going to average a little bit more in if it gets up to 264 or so, and then give that our stop, so like 10 cents or so above. So 264.10, we'll try it right there, and we'll see if we can have some, just a little bit of luck here with Apple, right? So we'll see if that's going to play or not. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now with Apple, in case you guys were wondering what was up with this newer position. And I did see some people talk about that in the chat. So did you go over Amazon yet or not really?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay, we can do it. Look, I haven't looked at it really.
Like Sharif already said, this is the strongest Mag 7 name. And one of the things we mentioned is when bad news is met with buying, that is, it's almost in some ways better than good news. Because it just tells you that there's a demand for the stock. Like, they have bad earnings. Well, okay, no, check that. They did not have bad earnings. They had a disappointing cloud growth number that got beaten out by their competitors. And even Alibaba, actually, if you looked at their year-over-year cloud growth, even they beat them. It was like 19%, and everybody else was in the 20 to 30 range. I'm talking about like Microsoft and Alphabet and Baba. So it holds that 211. That's exactly where we bounced off 2 days ago, and it just looks like a technical move getting into this 225 on Amazon. So I think that could be the next stop. Wish I could tell you I was long Amazon and shorted it once into VWAP, but the better play would have been the long, because you could have gone long twice off the volume weighted average price. This is the strong name. I think it's got 225 for this week as a bit of a target. So until it gets there, you know, long bias on Amazon. It's just, he said, like, they had that outage and everyone was like whining and complaining about the stock, and it spent 2 days in an uptrend, regardless of, and it's been strong even when the market has shown some pullback. It's just been that kind of a name. I think 225 would be that spot that maybe you get a bit concerned. I don't think we get there today. I think today, look for the VWAP to give you a chance.
I was really proud of my 13-year-old yesterday, because he came and asked me, he said, Dad, the stock market got killed today because of everything that happened with Amazon. And I said, actually, Amazon went up. And then he thought about it for a second and goes, oh yeah, that's right. That means that Amazon controls everything. So that's why it went up. So I was really proud that he dotted the I and crossed the T's.
I just love that he's asking the question.
Yeah. He just came in and was like, yo, the stock market. I was like, well, because I tell them, they know what I do, and they've been here numerous times. Yeah, we talk about the market all the time. But
I thought I cared about 2 stocks.
Oh, yeah?
Duolingo and Roblox.
Yeah.
And YouTube, because that's alpha.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, up 3%, like, you know, the only thing that I regret is not buying it yesterday because it was down there. And even when, you know, Joe had mentioned, like, oh, it's at the 200 and he was nibbling a little bit, and I was like, yeah, but I was still thinking, it doesn't forget about the shutdown yesterday. It's just more about that it was technically at a great buy spot there. And that's generally speaking where I like to buy some names. Now, I bought gold today instead, just to diversify a little bit. The returns you're going to get in Amazon, I assume, are going to be much greater than in gold, although that hasn't been the case this year.
I wouldn't be so
I still like it. It's just it hasn't done a whole heck of a lot, right? Like this goes back to last December where we were already here at 225. So, you know, I like the fact that they're into streaming wars now again. They have football, they've got hockey. Yeah, so anyways, I like Amazon. I think it was an opportunity to buy it. I don't like it right now. It's already up 3% against the market that's flat. So if anything, I'd be thinking about shorting it if it got back up to these highs. But a VWAP long would be fantastic. I'm not sure. Right now it's kind of in the middle here. So I'm going to leave it alone and just work on this Apple trade, which right now isn't really catching anything off of this story. So, you know, Apple again delaying the foldable iPad release. So I don't know. I mean, we just heard in our ear. I mean, here it is right here. I'll just call it up for you guys just so you can see it. It's like it's that it caught some snags, I guess.
My daughter will be upset about that.
So it's just, yeah, she's looking forward to that.
No, because my dad is like the Apple
18-inch.
He's like the whole, if it's new, he'll get it.
Yeah.
And then that means like their old one.
She won't get.
Well, I don't know if he'll
get your dad's old
he'll
one.
spoil her with the old one, but
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, I have a funny
hopefully
feeling
he does.
that
There's a story there, and I don't know. I went short against it. I don't know. We'll see if it works.
Development snags is very vague.
There's the news, right? So it's trading the news, and like I said, I just need Main Street to get this story. That's all. And when they do, then I think it starts to come down. I think we got it a little bit early, so we'll wait for this. But I'm short Apple right now. We're short at 30s. It's at 42. No problem. I am bidding below, so I'm below. I'm at 262.80. So let's see if we get a flush in the name. So we'll figure it out. All right, over there. Oh, my trade of the day was SoFi, and now that I look to see where it is, I'm not going to be too happy. But let's go over to the screen and talk with Sharif.
Yeah, Katina, man, I just want to add more context to the Apple story here. I'm trying to get the Bloomberg story for us, but it's behind a paywall. So here's what the Fly is reporting. So Apple's effort to launch an iPad with a giant foldable device has hit development hurdles, potentially delaying the planned launch from a hoped 2028 release to a potential 2029 debut or later. People familiar with the matter are saying apparently it's an 18-inch model when unfolded, which would be huge because their largest one right now is the 13 Air or the 12.9 Pro iPad Pro. So that would be a big difference there. So we'll keep you guys updated if I get more information on that. But SoFi next on the list here, guys, down 4.45%. They are expected to report earnings next week on the 28th, and expectations are quite high given what the stock has done lately. The street's anticipating an 8-penny EPS, which would be a 60% year-over-year increase on revenue, guys, of a little shy of $900 million, 886, which again would be a sizable increase year-over-year, 28.5%. Flat right now, down 1/3%.
This thing is from Devo to Jesse Barfield, or you could say from Barshow to Joe Carter.
Candy Maldonado one time threw it way over.
Candy Maldonado throws it over everything. I'll never forget that.
That was the
it's
best.
One of the
like
greatest.
He threw it like right into the fans.
That was it.
I mean, I've got a lot.
I love
brain
those
of
old
mine here.
memories, those old Jays memories, and hopefully we'll make a few more. I'm just throwing out Jays analogies. SoFi SOFI, no one's going to get that reference, but that just means it keeps going from 25 to 29, right? Just give some players from both numbers. And what I love about this on SoFi, every time we talk about it, I'm just going to, like, to me, what I'm looking for next with SoFi, because this is happening completely, like at this point, it just has to, we just have to get to the end of the month and we'll look for like that 30 break to give it back to the prior high, because this is going to be the first close above the prior high in the monthly. So on this time frame, knock on wood, if it closes above it's like 28.33 or something like that, then you're going to have that first close in the monthly at that high. And then I think you get the breakout from there. But until then, it's a bounce play off 25, get bullish off 25 to 29, because it doesn't seem to, even today, like even when it was cruising, like look at the V-shaped recovery, it's cruising, and then it can't seem to break away from that 29 area, unfortunately. So each time it's faded off 29, it's gotten back to the mid-20s. I guess you look for more of the same and then just buy the next available dip here on SoFi until we get that breakout. I think it's happening on the monthly. You just got to be patient for it. And until then, trade the bottom of the range to the top.
Yeah, I was something kind of similar here today. I was cancel off, got to make sure. Oh, so it wasn't breaking 40 there on Apple, so that's why I was just double checking my orders. So I put a bid there at 40 and got filled at 41 actually, out of some, and just put on a little bit more here. I'm waiting still for 80s, so I just put on a 66 there. So let's see if we get any love down into in the 6 down there. So we'll see if that will come through. Okay, SoFi. Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about. Was right into here. So we had SoFi again. Shout out to Brian Shannon. We had SoFi right here on our note today. 28.50 long. Did not go well. I tweeted it out. There's the Jays World Series, by the way. So we have this similar to what Neil has right here. This little towel of ours. But anyways, we had SoFi right here, 28.50 as a long. I thought it was strong. We had some good bank moves early. You know, I like the space, possibly back through 29 on an early break. But the thing is that it didn't go up early. It actually came back in. So where's SoFi right here? This will be my biggest loser of the day. And it was quick. And it was just like, you know, it fell right in 28.50. There's the 29, by the way. Like we said, possibility to get up to 29. So it kind of sucks that eventually happens. But we actually stop out here on a break of 30. So it was just like 20 cents. We had gotten in. Then on the way down here, we had realized that we were wrong. It was underneath VWAP. So we really started to piece it out. And we got stopped out of probably our last 25 or 30% down there. But at the end of the day, we did have, you know, a decent sized position. Obviously, I like the stock. That's why I'm talking about it. And it just didn't work out. So SoFi, not a great stock down there, but we do understand, obviously, that it does bounce off of, bounces off of basically 28 flat. Someone said in the chat that they got 28.15s. Well, that was the very bottom, so that was great if you were able to get that. But now I'm looking short, honestly. I was thinking about shorting the market. Again, obviously, we're short Apple, but you're underneath the 50, underneath the 200, underneath everything. I think SoFi is a little weaker than I'd thought today. And although we did get the 29, so it does kind of play out the way we thought. I'm looking to get long again if we come back into here, or short up here. Like obviously we're in the middle. There's not much of a trade right now, but I still like SoFi. It's a name that I'm going to continue buying on dips. The last time was 25.50. If we get an opportunity to do that again, we're doing it. So that's my take there. Not like a super hot fire take or anything, but that's what I'm doing with SoFi. Long if it comes back down into here, but I am favoring the short. So that's what we're doing there. And then I just want to check on JP Morgan, because again, this is the big, yes, he's below 300 again. Like there's the weakness. We had bank strength that I thought early, which it was. And then that helped SoFi, but boom, boom, down 1% now. All right.
Better than down 6.
Yeah, which is probably what gold is, right? So.
Well, I cheated. I have it up.
Yeah, let's go over. Maybe we should add gold to the top there instead of the dollar. The dollar doesn't move.
No, we're talking about...
No, on that board.
On our board.
We just have the dollar. We should maybe figure out gold.
I think most people, yeah.
Especially now that gold's moving so much more.
Yeah, I would think gold matters a little bit more. I personally don't think the Dow ever needs to be up there.
People like looking at the Dow.
I get it, but yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's fine.
I like the Dow. I like Bitcoin, but the dollar. I like the dollar too. It's just we don't talk about it enough. So I don't know.
I mean, but at that point, you could say, well, the dollar, you could put VIX on there. Like at some point, you have to pick. But gold is down significantly. Gold and silver getting hurt badly.
Oh, sorry, guys. GLD. So yeah, GLD down aggressively today, guys. As the price spot for gold, we're down 5.18. Silver as well, getting hit hard, 6.57. We're down at about 41,000. 4,134 right now for GLD or for gold. This GLD though double topping here at 403, down substantially, almost 6%, losing that 380 level. So yeah, gold did hit a record high a few days ago at $4,381 per ounce. The focus now has shifted to taking profits ahead of expected interest rate cuts and sustained safe haven demand, which drove the metal obviously to all-time highs. The biggest price drop for gold, guys, in about 5 years.
So very quickly, oh, there it is. Very quickly, Beyond Meat just made the push into, well, effectively 3. 297.99 is actually the high, so I guess it didn't technically tick 98 cents, but when it came right back through 90, I was just watching it. $3 was the level, so as far as I'm concerned, like it got close enough. If it fades off the level that I think is resistance, I'm going to get out of the long. I'm not going. You can go short there if you like, but to me, it's at least get out of the long. But gold, this is the second time in 3 days that it's had just a very clean down day. The question is, the response yesterday was for it to get bought up, right? After Friday, which was just trending to the downside, it got bought back up. Let's see what they do this time, because it was a more hefty move here and more cleanly breaking trend. Like the difference between Friday and today is when you look at the recent trend since the middle of September, when it went sideways a bit and then trended up, yesterday did nothing to that. Today looks like it's going to close underneath that trend line. So yeah, it fell down 2 days ago, but this is a more significant move. I've been looking specifically at silver. I feel like that's just, it's been like this, it's just a heck of a lot more violent. This at 40 is where I'm looking to buy the dip and silver. We talked about this with Michael Moss. I'm very, very patient with this, but I know he was looking for places, I think, to buy the dip. He owns some silver as well, but I like it. And if you say it can't get to 40 for silver, well, we just went from 49 to 44 in a couple of days. That's $5. You could get there by the end of the week at this rate for silver. So it took a while for it to make this move. If it unwinds it too fast into 40, I'm looking for the bounce play, specifically in silver at that 50 period in front of the $40 level. Hopefully we get that sometime. It could happen this week. Maybe it happens next week. That's the one I'm watching.
All right, GLD, yeah. So I don't know, we got an idea and we bought it. So we bought gold today. I was just saying, oh, good, it's up. So 377.50 is where we got long, right there in the morning when we talked about it during this move down. So yeah, so there it is, 377.50. It's not like I'm cherry picking the bottom here. That's literally what we got. So as it was coming down, I put in a bid for 377.50. It filled, and that was that. So it came back in. Obviously, it went against me $2, and it came right back in again into 376. But the price doesn't really matter that I got, because it's not like I'm going to be, getting out of this anytime soon. This is just a way to diversify, and I think that we've been watching it. The last time I bought gold was down here on right here, I think, on this break. I thought it was 250 and change. Yeah, so right there was like the last time I bought it, which was the first time I ever bought it. So that was about a year ago, January. And since then, it's just skyrocketed up. I don't have nearly enough of this in my portfolio to protect me against anything, if gold is even a hedge anymore. I don't know. Like, why is it retracing so badly today, right? But anyways, that's what GLD is doing for me. I like it. I did have this written down on the sticky note today, and it was for a short, right? It was for the short, but I had written down, what price did I wrote down here? 392. So, so here's where we opened up. The highest we got to was 390, basically. The reason why I wrote down 392 is that was sort of where, when, 8 o'clock, we had some little dark pool dumps and everything like that. So we had a nice move up, and I just thought that this area was something to look at. It was really just a shot in the dark there. Unfortunately, it does not fill. It gets as high as 389, and then the dump persists. So I think it's worth it a little bit to get into some gold. Now, by holding GLD, I didn't look it up. I don't assume I assume there's no dividend in this or anything. So, just holding it for some more exposure to the space, and I think it's appropriate. And of course, it's crazy cousin, as they call it, silver down here. I think it was Michael Noss that was started to call it that. And I think maybe JC did as well. I think this is a well-known thing, but This down 7. Look, I just think the flight is always to gold, not to silver. Silver might actually be a better trade, the fact that it is down that much more today. But, you know, at the end of it all, I like gold.
I like trading secondary. Like, I like trading secondaries because then you get like a futures that you can use. It's like you can, you just sort of follow, you get to follow the leader. That's why I used to sometimes prefer trading like during the meme days, sometimes I like trading AMC or COF instead of GameStop.
Right.
Especially if I'm going.
Or Funware.
Yeah, especially if I'm going short. Like on the short side, I always rather not being in the leader if you're going to take a shot. But we got a super chat.
Ooh, we like
did I hit the, shoot.
That's fine.
Oh, I think I overrid it.
Fabian's got our back.
Oh, so we had 2 of them. Okay, I had the first one ready, but MP is down 20% from its peak last week. We'll get to Verx in a second. Does the chart show any strength? Thoughts, please. Load. There it is. The chart's showing one line of strength, and it's a 50-period moving average on MP. And I always say, like, the moving average is moving average. We can all like them or not like them. The question is, does the stock respect it? The stock has been respecting the 50-period moving average since it broke out in a big way in July, right? Though it's been holding, it's closed underneath, but it's held this range. So here comes the test. I think if it breaks, you got to give it a day or 2 underneath. Like call 65 support till it's not, and give it a couple of days to be able to hold underneath the 50-period and then get back above. Then I think MP is a long. Candidly, I'm trying to build a position in this very not successfully because the day that I said it's comical, but you can go back and rewind, on July 9th in the afternoon show, I was like, oh, I'm going to put a stink bid at the 50 period on MP. I had no idea they were going to get that. There was like a government contract or something. It was like a DOD or the next day, and it shoots up, and I'm like, oh, I just missed the boat on that. And I didn't nibble in it and took like a 10% position when it got to the 50 period again. So I'm looking for places to add to this at the 50, understanding it could be a little bit overvalued. So I'm being patient with it after this pullback. I'll give it a couple of days to show me some kind of a consolidation or maybe a little double bottom and then regain the 50 period to jump into some shares of MP. Just myself, I'm just talking about what I'm doing. So hopefully that helps you, but I think it's the only support to look at. And then VERX, look, thank you again for the other super chat, which I'll throw that one up there. There we go. VERX is sitting at a good entry point. I can, without ever looking at any stock, when I see accumulation like this, there's only one answer to. If you like anything about this stock, then why not break out, give to here? Because accumulation often just means that somebody is holding, like in both directions. It's a bad stock, it's been going down, but someone's holding the bid. So trend is down, someone's holding the bid, and finally the moving averages catch up and it's trying to break out. So yeah, this chart absolutely looks like a breakout on VRX, but that's just technicals talking. But every time we've seen something like this, it's not the same, but the best example off the top of my head that I can think of is going to be Intel. My brain always goes to something that I know because I've been in it. Intel, for the longest time, had this bottom off 19. And it tried and failed a few times, but when it eventually broke away, if you just continue to play off that long, it paid out for you. You knew where you were wrong because the consolidated bottom is you're out. It breaks it, you get out. And you get all these shots off the low. So I think VRX is giving you that kind of a play.
We are, yeah, good look over there. Thank you for the super chats, guys. Keep them going. If you ever need any questions answered by Neil or I, or you want our opinion, definitely throw it down there, tag us, and we'll have a quick look at everything. But tag Neil, he's better. Okay, so right into there. So I just, like, Apple, for some reason, doesn't really want to go any lower here, so we're short at 40. We just took a 25 fill right there. So, yeah, I mean, we got a little bit out there. We reloaded it. See, now it bounces right back up again. So, yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, this doesn't seem to really want to work out too well here. So we'll wait and see if it eventually wants to come back in. But now that foldable story is gone, right? I mean, that story is now
out. Well, it's still here.
No, but it's here, but it's not. Okay, well, we just had, see that move? Like, we just had, I don't know what that move was all about right there. Someone just came in and bought this. All right, so I'm going to get out mid-40s now. Like, if I can get something out here basically for flat, I'm going to do that. The story that the reason why I was short this was because of that foldable iPad snag, apparently. I don't really want that anymore. So we'll still get stopped out if it breaks above 264.10, but we are really light on the exposure now on this trade. So just to give everybody just a basic idea, you know, the stop out is in, and if it breaks, if it goes upside, it goes upside. We'll lose like 5% of our day or something. It won't be a significant. I was going to go shorter. Like if this would have kept on building momentum, then I was going to add to this short, to be honest with you. I told you my bid was at 262.80, so I was expecting a downside push here, just not happening. I may actually
super chat.
Go ahead. Yeah, go.
Before we get to the super chat, I have a gun to the head question.
I'm putting another bid out here at 66.
I'll give you 3 names, all reporting this week: Texas Instruments, Netflix, Intel. Gun to head, which one do you buy?
Well, it's definitely not Intel.
Prices.
I mean, I think most people would know that my opinion is not.
Well, I mean,
at these prices, I mean,
I couldn't think of another name.
Well, we have to look at charts, but I would think Netflix, because we've already done the work on that. I really like, forget about the charting for now. I really like Netflix's. I like the potential that they have there with the live events. We've talked about their optionality with Spotify there.
Yes.
I think there's some good opportunities there. And I don't think they're not like the AI trade.
No.
Like, I think Texas Instruments.
Nor are they the tariff issues.
Yeah.
Like, I think you get those, so you get a pass from both of those issues.
Yeah, and I just think that Texas Instruments, if they warn of sort of weaker demand or something, then yeah, they're going to get clobbered, right?
I agree.
I don't think Netflix gets hit that hard, you know, unless subscriber growth is way down. And then the other one that you said
I said
was,
Intel because I couldn't.
Intel. Intel's not tonight though.
No. But it was just 3 things to report this week, and I couldn't come up with something else that was big enough reporting this week. So it was the first one.
Yeah,
it was the
ISRG
only
is
thing
tonight.
I wanted to make sure it was 3. But we did get a super chat.
Oh, we did?
So
Okay.
I wanted to get that question in.
Let's do it.
Oh, by the way, ETH underneath VWAP. There. So this to that, and then VWAP is the 3rd point of the trend line, so I'm shorting it and giving it to this bar high, which is like 30.36. David's smart trade of the day. Well, I don't have to look up. I can look over here. David's smart trade of the day, nothing yet. Don't feel this market. Watching gain loss, go green, red, green, red, green, red, yawn, Google short, question mark. Google's, it's weird because Google's been bought up since that OpenAI story. That always, it's not that it scares me. Like I don't like fighting that. Like, see what happened with Amazon for the last 2 days? Straight up after bad news. I wouldn't want to fight that with Alphabet as far as I'm concerned. But I also, well, where'd it go? I was just about to address that with the subscribers, and it disappeared on me.
There it is. Oh, I'm not hitting that. Who's hitting that?
I'm not hitting it. So
what the? Is that right?
Is that right?
78% of the people watching right now are subscribed?
Impressive. Most impressive.
I like that. Well, make sure you do guys hit the subscribe. Probably the other way,
Take a picture of that. I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought it was the other way.
No. The subscriber number is at 78%.
It says 78%.
Right now.
Of the people that watch the show, that's how many.
Okay, we like it. Are we going to Adair? No, we'll just do this quickly right now.
I was about to give
this is a very exciting. This is so exciting that I almost missed it. There is a new product out there. We've talked about this a lot. We want to thank Global X for the sponsorship. It's their Beta Pro 3 times levered. You know, I've been trading the TQs here a lot. Today it's my #1 symbol. If you're looking to do something like that in Canada, they offer 3 times bull and 3 times bear exposure to the S&P and TSX 60 semiconductors and U.S. Treasuries. They're also offering a fee rebate until the end of the year. So get over there. This is a U.S.-focused strategy. They use currency hedging, offering you the potential for a much more pure play performer on this. If you're tactical, sophisticated, see, I merged those two, tacticated trader, looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca times your 3x daily return. So we want to thank them for all of that. Go check it out. Type it in, Betapro 3x. Joe, everything all right?
Looking sharp.
What's up? Got baby.
Yeah, all you have to do is put in the 2 numbers there.
You
But
can do it yourself. I'd say the 2 numbers.
I don't have them.
Well, you can message them to you.
it's all good. He's getting
The
it
other
done.
thing too,
Come over to my desk and be like, hey, I need to do
Joe's coordinated
getting it
today.
done. He's
got
getting
the
it done.
belt coordinated with the shoes, which is
I
like
told you, the minute I saw Joe the first time, I thought he was in the wrong
play.
spot.
He doesn't play.
I thought he was looking for the runway.
Joey Run. He's Joe.
Yeah.
My nickname for him is Joey Runway.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You can say
I never heard that before.
Joey
by the way.
Options, Joey Runway, to me is absolutely legit.
Yeah,
But
that's what it should
I
be.
believe whatever happened to you shaving your head, was that not a thing?
I almost did, man.
I thought the chat wanted you to.
Here's what the chat. I mean, yeah, just do it.
Obviously, it doesn't.
Going out like that, though.
Yeah, I'm going out with this. First of all, you got to get a mic. But
Neil's shaved his head before.
No, I've done it before. I just said if you do it, I'm going to jump on that board because I'm actually considering doing it anyway. So you wouldn't be alone.
So all right. So we're going out the same.
Some point in the next month, I'm shaving.
No, Joe.
How about you? No, hold on, Katina, man. Are you doing it too? Or
No.
what?
The thing, listen to this.
What?
Neil's talking about Bic shaving it, bald.
What else?
Yeah.
You're not talking about bald.
Yeah, I was talking about bald.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, that's why I thought you were gonna hop on the.
Hell no.
It's easy.
First of all, it looks much better on Brothers. Okay, we talked about that. That's what Neil's trying to get
But
at.
I mean, hey, if you grow the beard out too, what was the longest you grew the beard out?
Yeah, I like yours.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We get a little.
I know
thicker there.
exactly what you mean. You don't worry about it, my guy.
That's all right. Yo, watch you. You'll be part of the team one day, man.
That's my. Oh, what? We just got a couple of messages in here. Oh shoot, we missed this Gorev member.
I mean,
Welcome,
that could be a
Gorev.
Blue Jays. It could be a Blue Jays. If you guys are going to do it anyways, we could do like if the Jays lose, then the next day.
Yeah, but I was going to do it anyway.
I know. That's why I just saw someone in the chat say that. I thought that could have been something fun.
Oh,
there.
$3 breaks incoming on Beyond Meat. So
That's probably a long.
yeah, Beyond Meat. I just put a stop order in there. I must have accidentally canceled it. Oh, whatever. It's been a long day. So again, thank you guys for all the subs. $3. If you're just tuning in now, $3 on Beyond Meat is not some it's an even dollar level. But here's the thing: 305 is this wick high. 305, 306 is the actual 200-period moving average on the daily. So I'm taking this break, and the way I see it, it either immediately has buyers above that first 5 or 6 cents, or I'm jumping out and waiting for the pullback. Just in case, if it does a candle like that, where it's like the high of the day break here immediately fails, when it broke the high of the day there, I just jumped out of the trade. Because I'm like, yeah, it's a failed break, look for the dip buy. It didn't get back to 60s, but I'll look for the same thing. If we fail the 3 break, I'll jump quickly in and out and look for a dip buy somewhere in the 60s or 70s on this bad boy. Nick, we're bringing in a bunch of questions. We just talked about Alphabet, but opinions on Alphabet. My thought was I don't like shorting something that just rallied off of the lows, continuously rallying off the lows after what was perceived as bad news from the OpenAI thing. I just don't like the short in those circumstances. When the market shows you they want to buy a stock on bad news or perceived bad news, it's dangerous. What's the number?
I got mine going. It's it's in your email. Brendan.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, okay. So there it is. We take it off and on. Make sure you do hit the like and the subscribe. Thanks, Brendo. That's pretty cool, and it is working great. Go where, Fabian? Andre? Adara? All right, what's up, Adara?
What's up here is Warner Brothers Discovery in a very big way. Now, I have another, tale to add to this saga of Warner Brothers, and there are many companies that are reportedly interested in them. This morning, we know Netflix expressed interest, reportedly, according to CNBC, along with Comcast. Well, now I have another piece of news here. Reuters reporting that apparently Warner Brothers Discovery's board rejected a Paramount Skydance offer between $23 and $24 a share. We know Paramount Skydance was the name that has been reported the longest to be interested in Warner Brothers, but as I mentioned earlier, some other players entering their hats into the ring. So interesting look here for WBD. Seems like lots of companies are interested in an acquisition or merger with Warner Brothers. Back to you.
All right. Okay, so that's that. That was another case there for Netflix, possibly. If there's all this bidding for all these media properties, potentially something going on there, or potential for something to go on with Warner Brothers and Netflix and Paramount and all that. So a little bit of something there. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well,
3 just broke.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, go over to Neil's screen. I was just going to talk about Apple, but that's an old story.
Just broke. $3 on Beyond Meat. Whatever. If there's another stock trading at $3, it literally doesn't matter. This one's done 1.3 billion shares. So we're talking about Beyond Meat. It did immediately crack that 305, 306. I took some out. Remember, that's big resistance on the daily. So I'm sticking to the plan. If we immediately lose 95, then I'm going to jump out of that trade. My next offer is not till it breaks 310, but if we lose 95, I'm out, and I'm looking for the dip buy on Beyond Meat. So we just talked about this level in here. It is a big time, bag hole type level. This is where I could see some shorts liking to enter, and I'm not getting caught giving back like a 10% move. Like I'm risking to 95 here, and if we lose that $3 level, I'll look for like 10% pullback to try to buy the dip there on Beyond Meat. I just got them up, so I now have those buttons as well. Kind of curious why there's 2 and not 1, but that's perfectly fine. So thank you, everybody. Beyond Meat continues to go to the upside. It is your squeeze of the day. Thank you very much, Sir Andre, for telling me. I should have been able to figure that out myself.
Yeah, Brendan responded to that question because I asked him the same thing. Why the hell are there 2 of them? But it's this one right now. We want to make sure that everybody does subscribe. I mean, right now there's 21% of you that are not subscribed. So make sure you do hit the like and the subscribe and make everybody over there happy because they've spent a lot of time.
Keep Joe happy.
Keep Joe happy.
It'll make Joe happy.
Yeah, no matter what, keep Joe happy. Yeah. Joe's happy. He's not listening now.
He's really
okay, so there goes Beyond Meat. I mean, again, a good talk there about BYD, BYND, of course, as it trying to take through $3. I remember this is a key level, man. It is the 200 period on the daily, so definitely something that I look for. We could extend through, but you know, too much more through I think is a lot. But here, the last time we broke it, it was $4. We went to 5.25. So there is a possibility there, but I could also see this being a turning spot. I did give a little piece of advice in saying that if I was long, and I'm not, this could be an area where you think about it. You know, yesterday we had Beyond Meat on here today as well, by the way, just going long. But I said long off VWAP off the 200 period. The only time that we were able to do that would have been in around here at 220. And we honestly, we weren't really, you know, when this is happening, kind of looks like it wants to go lower. So, you know, no comment there for me on Beyond Meat right now, but it is a good long. Neil's got it. Breaking through $3, that's looking very, very strong to me now, Beyond Meat. And, you know, 1.3 billion shares, like that is something that's going to go. I mean, I probably should just be punching long right now myself. So any kind of a dip buy into, what is that? It doesn't matter, $3 and change. I think that's probably something there. That exact level is 293 or so. Something to look at there.
A big seller just came in here.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it got to 315. Oh yeah, that was they just sold another big chunk. So a couple of big chunks just came off the tape there. First at 315, and then when it got underneath 310, tried to bounce off 6. It got up to like 8, 9, and then someone slammed it back down to 6. So I've scalped out of 80% of this already. And someone just asked in the chat, did I put it up there? How do you know a certain level? I was putting it up because I was watching this top. How do you know it's a bag holding level? I don't. I'm guessing. It's just a term I use for any stock that has a ridiculous downward trend. Then to me, every time, people always want to pick the bottom. So they buy when they think it's going, and sometimes they buy it when they think it's breaking out. So like to me, like here would be a bag holding level, because a lot of people might have tried to get this as it's breaking out, and then in here would be one at 860. And the most recent was zoom back in. The most recent is this area here. It's like if it gets back to a prior high of pain, a lot of times that's where people are like the people that are out of the money. Like if it can just get back to 3, like if you say you've been like dollar cost averaging in, you're like, oh, if it can just get back to 3, if it can just get back to 3, and then people will get out of the trade oftentimes. So it's just a figure of speech. It's not like I don't know that this bag hold is there. I'm just guessing based on that entire phenomenon.
All right, we said that we would go long Beyond Meat if it did come back in, so your boy went long Beyond Meat right now, so we're in this name. I'm waiting for some 14s, $3.14 to get a piece out of this one. We're still 100% in on this trade. Obviously, I don't have any outs, so we'll wait to see if it does get going. I'm actually on Nasdaq Gateway. They're at 14s. Oh, we got filled, okay, immediately. So there it goes. Nice trade, man. I mean, here comes Beyond Meat. We're trading it with some shares, so let's see how far this name wants to go right now. BYND for the WIN right now, and we'll see if it can go even higher than where we are right now. I did want to talk about Apple a little bit. Someone asked me if I was getting wrecked on this trade. I've already just explained this. I'm not in this that heavy. It did not give me the moves that I thought we were going to get on it. So we'll wait to see if it pulls back. We're up on Apple, just while holding this trade, but you were just waiting for this to go through. I mean, we're in now money 15 cents and up on the day there on Apple, but holding out for higher or for lower moves. So hopefully that can come out. But yeah, definitely going to get stopped out if that breaks through 264. So I think we did a good job talking about that. But here comes Beyond Meat. So we already got out at 14 off of an 06. We got out of a quarter of that. Neil still has 20%, I think he said. So we're going to wait to see what winds up happening. We've got 75% of this, and we're trading with shares here. So let's wait to see how high this can fly right now. And just sort of topping off the day here with Beyond Meat. Here it goes again. Let's put something out. Let's take another out at 18. Give me that. Okay, wow. There it is, man. Let's go props up right now for holding on to this as it goes upside. I don't know where it's going to go, but here comes 320. We just took a 318 on that one. So, yeah, man, good amount of shares right here as we just adding to the pot right now. There goes Beyond Meat. It breaks $3. You know, we missed it on the break, but I said if it pulls back, we're taking it. We did that. So there it goes, man. It's Beyond Meat. For you guys, it is another one. So it's so far so good. Let's see how high this bull wants to ride, man. We just got some out there at 18s. We got out of 40%. So we have 60% now left of Beyond Meat.
Yeah, it's looking pretty strong there. I just saw something in the chat that I don't know if James Choi. I've seen no Russia-China news, China-USA news whatsoever today. But if there is anything, Adara's going to be all over it. No, someone in the chat was talking about like USA and China news, Adara, and I've seen absolutely nothing. So if you saw something, let us know.
Yeah, I can chime in on earlier stuff that happened during the midday. Trump was super back and forth about China. He would say in the same breath, I have a great relationship with President Xi, and then say, oh, I actually, you know, maybe I won't even meet with Xi. So it was really back and forth. Other than that, I don't have anything new here, though.
Yeah, because there's I was looking at ARM because I've been kind of watching this stock. I haven't actually traded it. We've traded it in the past, but the market did absolutely nothing in the last few minutes, and ARM just kind of lost the bid for a couple of dollars on its own. So a little bit of bizarre price action here, worth keeping an eye on. It's not like a bunch of other chip names did this, but like I was talking about ARM at the beginning of the show as like a bullish name in kind of a strong move today in a recovery, and then all of a sudden this lost the bid. So just something, I'm keeping an eye on it in case this accelerates a little bit more. It could just be, sometimes you see this, where a stock on, look at the daily chart, just got selling in here at like 172, and then that could just be it. Man. So hopefully that's the case. I'm taking my 10% and running on this. Every move has been 10% there, 10% there, so the measured move. So I'm looking for the 330 level here on Beyond Meat. Glad you joined at that $3 level. Oh, it's been 260 this afternoon, and it's been $3 as well. As this one, like this stock has now gone 25% since we sat down. 25% Beyond Meat. Like it's absolutely nothing. So I just got my target. Now I'll wait for the pullback or any potential pullback, and there it goes. It goes that 10% move, and now trying to pull back in. I'm going to reload it if it gets back into that $3 level.
Yeah, exactly. So there goes Beyond Meat, man. We just got a nice fill upside right there. So we only have we're out. So we only have 10% left there of Beyond Meat, and that was honestly really added up there. That was a really good trade. We wait for that pullback, we buy it, and then all the way to the upside right there. So yeah, that was great. I think you might be right there on the chat. There could be a offering coming very soon for BYND. So it would watch out now. But only 10% left on my account.
Like considering they're trying to look, let's be real. Considering they are doing like they were talking about bankruptcy. Right, like if you're trying to turn the company around, then it makes sense. But keep in mind, you can't just randomly drop an offering whenever you want to. Like you have to actually file, there's a time period. So unless they've already filed to do an offering, it should, like from the start of this move, it should take a little bit. Like if they've already filed, they can drop whenever they want. You got to be able to check that. And if they haven't, then it could take a little bit before they can drop an offering on you. So this is a recent move. It makes all the sense in the world for them to do so, in my opinion, but again, you have to know whether they've already filed. To my knowledge, they haven't, as this one's just coming out of that bankruptcy. Let us know. It's the thing. Watch out. The company needs cash. That's a very good point there, RX.
Yep.
But most offerings, not all of them, most offerings tend not to come like randomly in the middle of the day in the afternoon. And if you're day trading it, you have a little bit less risk. I'd say, well, probably like, I don't know the exact number, but you have less risk if you're not holding it overnight. Like if you're swing trading this, that's a concern. For day trading, it's a mild one. We've seen it happen before, but I can count on one hand the ones I can remember that happened in the middle of the afternoon. Usually it's the morning or it's overnight. Like pre-market, you get a lot of them.
Yeah, good job there. Westermeyer's holding those $3 longs. Okay, good call. I've already said my piece, my guy. I would be getting some out right now. But there it goes, man, up to $3 and change. Again, just really topped off the day right there with that trade. You know, we did have IBIT short early. That did not work, although looking at it now, thankfully, we were able to get out. Although when we did stop out, it did pull back in there. So we were a little late on the stop, but at the end of the day, there's the extension there. So that's an L for us. We don't have anything else really. We already talked about SoFi. Everything else is cash, right? I mean, this TQQ, this was just chef's kiss. Shout out Chef Joe in the chat there if you're still around. And then the AMD was really, this is Obi's, Obi calls me a sniper. That's what these levels are right here, man. It just came up and bang, hit it and tank it right there to the downside. So that was AMD. It's almost like we knew something, but there goes AMD. Nice move to the downside there as well. All right, so the only thing that I'm holding right now is Apple short. We do have a bid there at 263.10. Like I said, I was waiting for a move down, so hopefully this can come. And if it does, we're there for it. And if not, we're stopped out upside. So no news on Apple other than that, you know, a snag in their iPhone or their iPad 18-inch model that they were going to have a foldable version of it. So that right now apparently hits that snag. So we'll have to wait to see if there's any sort of market reaction to it. And that's pretty much why I'm clearing it out right now, because the answer is no market reaction. Okay.
Money, 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 money.
All right, there goes Beyond Meat. So yeah, man, we're glad to be here every single day that we can be trading with you guys. I mean, this is just another. We may have two red days this month or something like that. There goes Beyond Meat, like another big time mover now to the north side of it. So it's a big time green day. You know, we've hit some great trades, and here's another one that we put on for you live on the air. So again, thanks for everybody for watching. Make sure you do hit that like and that subscribe. I wanted to see if Oscar was pulling their 2160. So yeah, another 7% up day for Oscar today. Like, there's another name that we've got in the swing account, or it doesn't matter what portfolio, but we got it. And yeah, waiting to see if we can extend even further on OSCR. We could check in on Webull, and then we'll go back over and see what else is going on. Okay, 11 and change, so nothing. I thought with SoFi kind of holding around, maybe Webull, you know, was a little higher up, but Webull down 4% today, getting nasty over here on Webull. I mean, what a good pull, man, from $16 like 2-3 weeks ago, all the way down to 11. This name is getting clobbered right now, Webull. So just be careful with it. You know, soon they're going to announce more things, just like Robinhood was doing and whatnot. But they are not the same, man. This is not Robinhood. This is Webull.
Not even close.
And
not even close.
You know, if you're going to look for something, that's why I'm on SoFi. But I do like Webull. I'll probably buy a little bit more if it comes into that 12 or so area. Sorry, 10 or so area on the
the $10 level has been the one. I think we're going to go to Dara, maybe address what's going on with Sweet Green lately.
Okay.
To this SG, and there's one headline I'm seeing circulate a lot on X, but I can't find any confirmation on Google or on Benzinga, so just be very cautious here. But apparently there's some speculation that Sweet Green is going to be expanding, I guess, with a Cat's Deli, and also with, what was the other one here, a New York City launch. But what's interesting too is a lot of these posts are basically the exact same wording over and over, which I always find to be a little bit interesting, because that's usually not how it goes with these pushes to the upside. But yeah, talking here about, I guess, they're expanding their New York City footprint with their Cats collab ahead of their earnings on November 7th. Yeah, if I get more details, I'll let you know, but there's just not a lot to see here, unfortunately, on SG immediately anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, again, thank you, Adara. Like, obviously, Sweet Green's moving, but if there's no catalyst, there's no catalyst. I'm just going to do a quick refresh. We have like 50 minutes to go in the day. I know Beyond Meat's going to be #1 on this, but remember, hit the dollar, or type the $ when you put your symbols in. If you're joining for the first time in here, we do have a stock visualizer that allows everybody on the show to see what the most important. what the most interesting names are, and what our viewers are talking about in the chat, or what you're trading. So go $ and then whatever symbol. So if you wanted, there's Tesla, there's Hood, there's Beyond Meat, there's NERV, and Beyond Meat's going to lead it. It's been leading for 2 days. So I would fully suspect that's going to be able to continue here on Beyond Meat. But you also have SoFi and then Robinhood. It's kind of weird. I feel like those two just happened because we were just mentioning those two more than anything else. There's just nothing. This is unabated. At this point. If you close, I said this before, if you close above $3, this is that area where shorts get in trouble. Go back to open door and remember that when this closed above the 200 period moving average, it had 1 day of blah, and then the next day it actually started to go ham. So and it was much bigger than anything else when it closed above the 200 period moving average. So yes, I believe taking profits, that's how I roll. I believe you can't go broke taking profits. But if the second salvo can come, I'm kind of looking at it for a couple of days. Close once, hold above, and then on the third day it rises again, is my thinking on Beyond Meat. Until then, I wouldn't want to short this thing with a 10-foot pole unless it got to like $5.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in taking profits, and we are sure as hell taking some profits right now. There it goes, man, $3.50. Good couple trades there for Beyond Meat. I mean, I don't know what else to talk about right there. And you can see, obviously we have different styles, but it's a nice move to the upside right there for BYND. It was $1 yesterday, $3.50 today. There we go, BYND, and we're here. That's what it is, right? Not everyone's built the same, and here we go, Beyond Meat. So good job on that one. Oh boy. I know it's tough when putting on trades and you look over and you see what Apple and all this kind of stuff is doing. Like we're doing things differently here. There's Apple right now, 263.24s. Let's see if we can get a bid. I'm surprised I wasn't there. Oh, I'm at 10s. Okay, we'll take a 24 there as this is really working out for us. Again, it's a small position, but it is what it is right there. So now we'll wait to see what winds up happening here with my good friend Apple. We like that stock, that is for sure. I know, like I'm a little bit obsessed with Beyond Meat right now because it was the trade that we had hoped for. And there it goes right now. So we're 50 cents now in the money, and it's gonna, okay. I have to. Like when I see profits and all this kind of stuff and this kind of exuberance right now, I do feel like I have to take some profit. Like we just tried 53s and missed it, so I'm gonna put an offer now in the mid 40s, see if we can get a 44. There is a little bit of a pullback happening right now. Just so everybody knows, man, I have like 7 or 8% left of Beyond Meat, and here we go. I'm offering 44s. We'll get down to 5%, and then that's that. This is a big trade for us, right at 315 at the end of the day. Boom, bye-bye, good one there for us on Beyond Meat. Apple, a good take on that as well, as we flipped over there and were able to buy it. But this is just, really we're on one recently, and it's really nice that the market is contributing to this. So maybe we can buy some Blue Jays World Series tickets after all. What's up, Adara?
Interesting note here for META. So in case you guys missed it, last week the company announced a $30 billion private funding here for its Hyperion data center in Louisiana. Now we have Wall Street Journal reporting that apparently BlackRock's ETFs bought over $3 billion of bonds in order to back this $30 billion project. So again, we know Meta got private funding for this project. Looks like BlackRock ETFs were apparently buying bonds in order to support it. Interesting note here for META, though it's not really moving the stock, but maybe something worth being aware of here. Back to you.
I just said BlackRock is everything.
God, yeah, BlackRock is amazing. Look at that, man. We just got a 50. First of all, Beyond Meat just went to 60s right now. So, yeah, talk about something going real off right now. 1.4 billion shares right now. Your boys got it. And there it goes, man. See you, Beyond Meat. What a trade. What a trade. Just added just a feather in the cap there today to end it all. So, yeah, wow, as people in the chat talk about that. There's the $3 break. We got it. And now it's just extending up more and more for BYND. And I mean, I just, trading the momentum, I feel like what I do best is read the tape. So you could see the momentum was there. We tried to hold it as long as we can. And right now we're just coming into some areas where, like I talked about, we got out at 350, we did all that. We just, we're trying to show like being able to read the tape, small caps, being able to take trades on balance with obviously with the imbalance, but that's not what I meant, on balance of support and resistance, and then, looking at great opportunities, and I think we found one again here today. So just really happy with that Beyond Meat trade, and I hope that all of you at least had a piece of that. And then IBIT as well, 112 right now. It's 315. I might just, we'll hold on to this Apple trade, which is now 30 cents in the money, and Beyond Meat is 65 cents in the money. So we're just really, like, this extension is crazy. It's not even halting, like, but here it goes.
It's too liquid to halt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's too much back and forth there. So if it does wind up halting, this thing's probably gonna have to break 4 in a clean move, but there it goes, man. Talk about that. Neil talked about 10%. Right now you're 20, 25, 30%.
Well, I said 20%.
20%, nice. Okay, so now we're at whatever we're at now. Well, 20% on $3.
Well, the first one was at 60, not 3 for me. I
lost
260 into 3, then 3 into 330.
Nice.
But it's the same thing. Look, this stock, in order to halt, you have to hold the band for 15 seconds.
Oh my
Impossible.
gosh.
Like, it can't hold the band for 15 seconds. There's way too much price action. But my guess is, because the market's like this, if they halt it, it'll halt it down. Like, it won't halt to the upside, but most often when this is happening, if there is a halt, it'll be a halt down, because that's how they tend to roll. When the imbalances come out, remember, this thing has done 1.5 billion shares. There is no size of imbalance that you will see, in my opinion, that will be significant enough to matter here. This is like Dijon Mustard saying gamma squeeze. I don't know, because I'm not looking at it. I don't know what the option chain looks like on Beyond Meat. That's something you can ask Joe for. But with the short flow, despite the dilution, the short flow was 70% going in. I don't know what it is after the dilution, but certainly this is just people getting hurt. And remember, do not forget this. Hedge funds like this, they load into these types of pops. This did this from $7.50 to $13 last year in February before reeling back in, and they short into these types of moves. So this is early in the move. Like, to me, there's probably people shorting into this as we speak. So look for those types of like whales. When they get blown out, maybe at like a $4 level, you could get a second salvo. I don't know if there's a $4 break coming in here. Someone just said check a weekly chart. I can look at a weekly chart. I just zoomed it back like really, really far. But if you want a weekly chart, I can look at a weekly chart. Beyond Meat, put the W in there. Yeah, weekly chart's almost nothing. You got to zoom way in. Why can't I just zoom in the way I want to? What's going on, E-Signal? Like, I can't just scroll to zoom in. Is there another way? You know what, that's kind of annoying. But it doesn't matter. Like, the 50 period on the weekly is right here that it's breaking. But that's the same thing as the 200 breaking on the daily. So whichever one you happen to prefer, it's effectively the same level. Whether it's 50 period on the weekly or 200 period on the daily, that's basically the same thing. Shout out to our quotes. Our level 2 looks better than that.
Yeah, level 2 is huge.
No, like this, oh, you know what? Because we don't, E-Signal wouldn't have all the entitlements.
No, man. I mean, our system's made for this.
Yeah, way better.
But yeah, there it goes. Beyond Meat. All right, we can look at other things though. SoFi not doing too much. And I know we have that. We do have, yeah, today's gold's crashing. Well, crashing, I don't know. But we went in and bought some gold today, and we had sort of talked about that a little bit here on the air with you guys. So that was gonna be a good trade, I'm hoping for anyways. Buying a little bit here today, just stepping in, getting our feet wet. Right at this price, $377.50. So you could join that. I put an offer on Beyond Meat at 80. I mean, the high was 80, so I'm right here at 83. If we can get the high of the day on Beyond Meat and really just top this off, man, I mean, wow. Good trading there so far for the day. We've only traded about 5 or 6 names today, and they've been pretty good. Today, though, tonight we have Texas Instruments coming through, so we'll find out what they're all about here, TXN. A little bit of a pull down. You know, we were talking about like which stocks we liked for their earnings calls and things like that. I mean, TXN right now, if we can get something going, you know, it's primed to break higher. So I think that if you look at it, it's just trying to level out right here at that 170 to 175, and it looks like it did do that. So I think that Texas Instruments on a nice number, probably, gets going a little bit, and then Netflix, although we do have the Warner Brothers and everything like that story out right now, it's not doing anything. So Netflix today just really just a barcode. I think if you scan that, you get a free month of Netflix. But
yeah, the market's really believing this 20 to 21 idea for Warner Brothers.
Oh, what was the?
I read a single article that said between $20 and $21 for a potential bid on Warner Brothers, but there's just still nothing in stone there. There's an interesting gateway. I know we're only talking about Beyond Meat, but there's a gateway that I don't recognize on eSignal that was throwing 100 lots. I was seeing, and I saw it at $3.20. I'm going to personally eyeball that price because I've seen it flush around a little bit, and it keeps moving. Now it just moved to 281, and it's moving all over the place. And it looks like it's a quote that we don't have. Anyways, Warner Brothers I don't think is too much of a deal.
This is right here. Here's Netflix. It's thanks to Dara. So the expected move right now, you can go find this on Twitter. Expected move is 7%. So its prior move was 5%. So that's what I was saying. Between 5, 6, 7% makes a lot of sense there. We have 6% on Texas Instrument. We have Intuitive Surgical, 7, 5 on Capital One, 11 on Mattel coming tonight, and then CB. That stock is Chubb, right there. Chubb, 5%. There, yeah, Nick Chubb with Houston, right?
Yeah, he used to be good.
There, so a similar line to Jamison Williams last night, I guess.
No, if he got a single carry,
I don't know if he did. I'm not sure.
Can't
they have Woody Marks over there, so I'm not sure. But Apple still trying to do its thing. What's up, Adara?
So I'll let you guys know here. Yeah, Sean just mentioned it, but we actually have a whole implied moves visual you can find on X at TTV Research. This one covers tonight's earnings moves and then also some of tomorrow's more interesting earnings plays. This is already posted on X at TTV Research. It will be reposted tomorrow morning. And I also have a Tesla earnings preview that'll be coming through on X. It'll be posted tonight. We already have the Netflix earnings preview out on X. You can check that out. Again, X at TTV Research. I want to mention as well here is our daily calendar for tomorrow. As you can see here, incredibly light on the economic data side of things. But earnings tomorrow morning, VRT, TMO, GEV, BSX, and T. Then after the close, we do have Tesla, probably the most interesting name here, followed by IBM. But there's also QuantumScape, Alcoa, Lam Research, Sands. So lots to keep an eye on here. Again, X at TTV Research for all of your infographic needs, especially during this crucial earnings season. As we send you back to the guys.
Yeah, that's my bad. When I was thinking about like those tech-related names, instead of saying Intel, I should have said gun to head and given you IBM. That would have been more competitive.
I guess you're IBM over Intel, I guess.
Well, no, my IBM. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
That's when you'd sub it out, right?
Yeah, for myself, IBM was one of my. I guess we're calling the Jimmy Carter picks. From earlier this year. I like it in the quantum space, which oddly enough, someone was just asking about quantum and said, finally, the short is working on Rigetti. I think finally the short is working on insert parabolic mover from recently, whether it's quantum or whether it's nuclear energy or, I don't know, hims and hers was even.
Wow, SMR is down 13%.
That's what I was sort of saying.
In the buy zone.
Rigetti at 9, it is actually, I'll get to SMR in a second. I was going to talk about the group, but Rigetti, if it goes up from 15 to 57 that fast, then you know it can fall back this quickly as well. So Rigetti 33-ish, anywhere from the 33 level down to 28 is going to be the spot. And I'm only talking about SMR because that's the one I own. I know Oklo, you look at Oklo as well. But SMR, this is retesting not just this recent trend support, but the 50-period moving average. You lose that at minimum, I think it gets down into the 200-period moving average. But this is, I like the 200 more because it's actually respecting it, whereas this trend line feels like almost like a short opportunity underneath it more than a place that I would automatically want to buy. So if it loses the 50-period, I think you got $7 or $8 to be able to get to that level. I just trade this off the open, but it's stair-step down. This is now the 4th day in a row of selling for SMR. Maybe a relief rally bounce before some resumption. I just think you got to give it a beat. It's not the kind of stock where I just want to sit on the bid and then let it run through you because it's still, they're not making any money.
Nope.
I'll stink bid Amazon after earnings because it's Amazon. I'll feel comfortable sitting on the bid the day after it hits the level because it's Amazon. Even if it loses it, how badly can it lose the level? A couple points, and then you make a decision. With SMR, if it loses a bid, you could lose 20%, not 2.
Yeah, look, we've just made by selling SMR at 57 and watching it go down to 38, you've just essentially made all of that money now in cash, so now you have to deploy it. So we'll see if there's a better opportunity. I'm not getting back into SMR, that is for sure. Not yet. It's getting close though, but not right now. Let's see if Apple can flushy here as well, as it's trying to make a move down a little bit here. I'm gonna bid some 15s. I'll cancel. Okay, there we go. We just got it. Okay, and we got our 10s. So there it is right there. Oh man, Neil, we are the George Springer right now. We are just been hitting these names outside today, and it's just been great. Apple's starting to work out for us right now as we use some more Blue Jay talk right now, and then we step up to the plate and bash out Beyond Meat as well right there. So that's been really a good trade so far here today, and I'm still going to wait at 80s. You know, we have less than 5% left right now, so far so good on all of that. We'll just wait, but if we can get that print, we'll take it. But yeah, man, wow, what an opportunity today. We never knew what was going on, but we did have written on here, and this is what we talk about, you know, making sure that you trade the right names. We have SoFi on here, AMD. AMD is my the number one trade today. Whoopsies. SoFi, AMD, gold, and then there's Beyond Meat. So yeah, all these names were definitely on our radar. The Apple story just came in there, and honestly, I don't wish anything, because it's just moving with the market. It's not doing anything. Obviously, I wish it would have tanked on that news because we had got the short, but it wasn't a very heavy trade. And we, you know, people were asking me about it, and I honestly had told you guys that we were not like layering into this, and we actually stopped. We could have got another fill there, but we did not. So there he is. Nice move to the downside on that one. Just to check in, we had Intuitive Surgical ISRG. This is another name here that could get going today at some point. A name that you know, relies on AI, and it's a robotics play. So yeah, if people thought we had Mitch on earlier talking about robotics, could be the next sort of look there. So maybe ISRG can have something into the close. I just want to see, if you're watching right now, I'm interested to see how many of you are subscribed right now. So this is something new that we have on board right now. So 21%. So if you are that 1 in 5, make sure you do hit subscribe right now. You get into our chat, which is really cool. We have lots of people in there right now, and we'll figure it out after that. So if you're not in Toronto, we are, and we are celebrating today such a great game.
Warm Toronto, Canada.
Night. Right there. And yeah, make your way up, guys. It's going to be a great opportunity to catch some World Series games up here. And you can
unless you're an LA fan.
Even if you are an LA fan, make your way up. I mean, your dollar is worth $1.45 here. And, you know.
It's going to be insane.
It's a great scene. The bar scene around here is fantastic. We're actually going out. I'm going out. I don't know if Brendan's going. I don't think you're passing, but or maybe I don't know if you are.
I want to go. I don't know the guys from ICE are coming up, but I haven't even been home in a couple of days. So
yeah, so that's okay.
I haven't seen my daughter in a couple of days because we did like a video call because we stayed downtown to watch the games. It's just way too late of a night to go home and try to come back in.
Yeah, that's
for the morning. My body badly wants some like normal rest.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so we'll be doing that. I'm leaving at 7 p.m. So we'll be getting.
Oh, you've already get the hard.
Probably. I don't know.
Our friend had, what did he call it? The hard stop.
Hard stop.
We have a buddy who's like, I have a hard stop.
It's definitely not a hard stop. He
always has a hard stop. Like no matter what we're doing, he has a hard stop at like a ridiculous time in the evening. But on a 7, whatever, like just going out.
Obi just asked me if I'm hitting Beyond Meat. Just hit $3 long, my guy. There, a message to him there. I hope he's doing okay as well. Okay. Yeah, that's at ISRG right there. And yeah, we're having Intercontinental Exchange. They're the owners of the NYSE, and I think it's a few different markets there. Not the ICE that you all might think about.
Oh, I should have said the actual.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
By the way, there was a super chat. I don't know. I think it's directed at you. I can't find it to put it up because it's about BBAI.
Oh, okay. We can look at. I haven't looked at.
Thank you guys. Thanks, Fabian.
All right, I haven't looked. Okay, are we picking up BBAI? No, I'm not. I mean, I'm already. So I only have 40% left of BBAI. My levels have hit, man. 650, 750, 850. So for me, if you want to talk about Big Bear AI, we could definitely do that. I mean, it stopped basically right at $9. I mean, it does get higher than that. It gets to 930 or 940. And when we got out at 850, you know, we were thinking like, okay, maybe we made a mistake there. But if anybody's been watching the show and following all of these trades. I've talked about this sort of in depth, and yeah, the question I guess was where are we reloading this? Honestly, I'm going to wait for the 200 period. We've already cut through the 50 period a couple times. You know, it's the 200 that's something to watch out for. So I might get some more. I'm still long at 4 and change. If we can get something at 5, we'll average it up. You know, we did the same there with SoFi. We averaged up into that stock. So we can average up into Big Bear AI. I think that's a great question. Remember, their earnings aren't until November 14th or something like that. So we are a little ways away from them reporting. And they've had some negative quarters, right? So it's not, it's still just a $7 stock with no EPS. I don't, if I'm nervous about buying high quality names right now, I'm not going to buy Big Bear AI at these levels. But Big Bear AI, I mean, the money has poured in on that name, so it's been a good little swing trade for us. We've also swung Intel from $19 right now, and that's, Intel's a double, literally a double right now, so we've already rang a little bit of register there, like that's huge. OSCR, we're waiting for that to become a double there as well. We've recently bought some Lululemon, so that's starting to work out. Target is a relatively new. Yay, yay, let's go, yay, Targets. Yay, yay, all right, man. Yeah, wow. This is making life feel pretty good as well. Target, nice upside play there. We're long $88, $89, so that starts to go upside right there. So yeah, so far so good on all of that, man. You know, the saga continues here with some of these trades. So far so good. But yeah, we'll just keep on taking questions if you guys want. For me on Beyond Meat, 380 is where we're looking. I mean, I may take it out at 370. Let's just see what happens here into the close. We have less than 5% left of this position. So we've already banked this out. I think it's probably P&L number 3 or so today, and it's been a good one, BYND.
Yeah, as Beyond Meat keeps on going, Ronnie just lost the top a little bit here. I threw it in the chat when it was at the top end of the trend, but I couldn't get locates. I tried 5 times, and oddly enough, I didn't get an accept on the locates until just now as it's making a lower high. So instead of trading the trend line, I'm trying to grab it at 10 and give it to 15 to play back into the volume weighted average price. If you're forgetting about this name, I mean, Sharif was all over it. This is like day 3. For Ronnie, it does go right into, I'll call it, we called backholder levels before, but if you look at the last spike, double top here at about 350, that's essentially where, just underneath that where it fails. I'm trying to get filled here at 9s and 10s and then play into the volume weighted average price. We're past 330, which usually means have a quick look and a peek at the early look imbalances. CCL, when was the last time we talked about that stock? 1.5 million to the buy side on CCL, and GDX. Ooh. Only 1.3 million, but what's interesting about that is the paired volume is already 5.8 million. That means there's 7 million already in the GDX imbalance. If you're wondering why not GLD, well, GDX, from my experience, GDX is the one that usually has imbalances, and we've seen it move before. IonQ is a 1.2 million sell imbalance. SMR is an 800,000 sell imbalance. I think that rounds out most of the significant ones. So I'd say IonQ, SMR, maybe GDX. When GDX is a big imbalance, sometimes there's a little bit of something there. So that's what I'll be watching. I feel like for sure one of the two of IonQ and SMR, and then throw in some GDX. We've seen that. We've seen some really, really big moves in the 5 minutes after the imbalances come out on GDX when it's in play. It used to be a really big trade, trading a lot of the AMEX imbalances. But the thing about it is they need to be huge. Like 10 million shares is a good number. 5 million, meh. 10 million, yes.
All right, well, Apple, let's take a bid. There it goes, going to the downside. So, all right, we'll take a bid right there on Apple. So just another ho-hum, a 70-cent winner right on Apples. We'll take 95s. There and basically end our trade. We have a very small piece left of Beyond Meat and a very, very small piece left of Apple as we just continue to hopefully be the trader that you guys are looking for, and for myself too. Like I'm trading for you guys and for myself, trying to show some opportunities here that we like. This was a news story. I know a lot of you were looking for Beyond Meat, so we got into that one as well on that break. And There's just so many different opportunities and so many different styles, right? This Apple is a news-based style. AMD is just technical. We hit that early. It was the #1 trade. It's not even close for me today. Beyond Meat is, again, a meme style. Just crazy volume trade. So this is 3 different styles there. IBIT, we tried on crypto today and we're wrong on that. So there's a crypto play for us. Here's a little small sort of mid-cap name with SoFi that we like all the time. But this is, again, was more of a technical trade. So similar to that to AMD, where I thought it was going to hold 28.50. It does not. And then, of course, man, the real banger here, futures. So there we go, man. Proving the worth, I think, every day. Futures trading, meme trading, crypto trading, volume, technical and news-based there. So a little bit of a busy day, needless to say, on the desk here. But we do have another busy person, and that's Adara with another story.
I apologize, guys. This is a couple minutes ago. I just wanted to get some tea, but bizarre catalyst here for Six Flags. Wall Street Journal reporting that Travis Kelce, yes, the NFL star, and Taylor Swift's fiance is teaming up with Jana Partners for an activist campaign at the company. So, interesting catalyst here. Travis Kelce of the NFL reportedly teaming up here with an activist investor for an activist campaign at Six Flags. FUN to the upside, reported by Wall Street Journal. Back to you.
Kelce. I think this is last year.
Yeah, it's gonna be his last year. Yeah. He married a billionaire, so.
Well, I mean, he was coming to the end. It's kind of the end anyways. He's 36 years old. And his production, I think he's 36. His production is not where it used to be. So I'm hoping very much so that he does not go out on top, because I know exactly what that means for my team. But they look really, really good. I just think Six Flags, I think he's like a mini, like a poor man's version of like Shaq. I think he'll end up. They had the podcast. I think he'll end up doing a lot of TV as well.
Yeah, like his brother did.
Yeah, I think I can see him maybe not doing like a McAfee kind of thing, but doing some kind of a football show. There's almost like a no question about it.
Yeah, he's set for life. I mean, that show will be the most watched football show.
Exactly. That's sort of the thing.
Yeah.
Although I don't think he's as good as McAfee.
No.
I'd rather listen to Pat McAfee.
He's just going to get that Taylor Swift bump.
Than Jason and Travis Kelce. Pat McAfee 10 times out of 10. Like that guy, he's a
WWE star, Pat McAfee. He commentates there.
No, 100%. He's fantastic. So I'm into that. Ronnie, Crypto FOMO, says appreciate the shirt. Well, I think I have ridiculous amount of Jays merch, so I might just literally wear something Jays every single day until it's over, and hopefully it's good. That's so funny. Yeah, what up, Brad Warner? Who's your football team? Thank you for tuning in for the first time. We appreciate new viewers all the time. I am literally a diehard, homer Buffalo Bills fan. So I've been a Bills fan in my entire life. The second I knew what the NFL was, I was a Bills fan because they were the closest, and it's kind of like the Canadian football team. So I've always loved the Bills. Sean and I used to have season tickets for a bit, and then.
I've been Packers for life.
You lose a day.
It's been a little easier of a life, but hopefully the Bills can.
I take the hard road.
Can pull it together.
If you're like local to here, you're a Leafs fan, you're a Raptors fan, you're a Jays fan, you're a Bills fan, which, in moments like right now, it's absolutely worth it. But I was just talking to, I don't know if it was Joe. Like last night was the biggest game in Toronto since, for sports wise, since essentially the Raptors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kawhi shot.
It was a good outcome. Every Leaf game in the playoffs is bigger than every Jays game, but I do love the Jays, and I think that they're the ones winning. So hopefully the Leafs.
The thing about the Leafs is
do that.
The Jays will blow the roof off this city if they win the World Series. If the Leafs win the Stanley Cup, I'm scared. I will enjoy it. I'm just scared what will happen.
No, the Jays also the whole country.
But I remember when we beat Ottawa in that, it was like the second round.
Yeah.
We were downtown. It was insanity. You would think they just won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to think about if they actually win the Stanley Cup.
It'll be the biggest party you've ever seen.
No, it'll last days.
What happened about when the Raptors won the NBA in 2019? That was pretty nuts too.
Yeah, I was there for
was
that.
solid.
That was insane. That was insane. So many people downtown.
On
No,
them streets.
They won't do like the parade route the same way there. There was just way too many people.
No, they logistically they know what not to do this time.
There for that. Okay, so it's just Beyond Meat, Apple there as we go. So yeah, that's the benefit of the Jays is they have the whole country behind them. So that's like huge. So we'll wait to see there. And a very foul-mouthed coach there. I don't know if the guy's trying to get credit.
Dude, the crowd was all over. No,
I thought that was pretty ridiculous.
No, actually, oddly enough, like, because we've been at all the games, like, in the post interviews inside the stadium, he's not the first one to drop a bomb.
Yeah.
One thing I don't
That was
like,
pretty immature of him.
that kind of bugged me, is the first person to make a speech and to actually hold the trophy is like ownership.
For every sport.
I
right?
know, it's like, but Schneider didn't get a chance to hold the trophy until it gone like around like 1 million people. Like,
Oh, he was on the other side.
no, I know.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Bad luck.
okay, like get it back to him. It's just kind of bad luck. But for all he got, I also felt really good for Brandon Little
Yeah,
Really
he
good.
wasn't blamed anymore.
because now nobody can blame the kid, and now he can have a better career.
yeah, that's
I
true.
think it would have been difficult for him. Yeah, and this is there it is. I think it's Two Wheel Crypto just said. Or no, sorry, it's Mesmerized. Hockey captain gets it first. Like, that's the first place it goes, is to the captain. Like, you used to, like,
I'm not sure. Is it?
someone just said, I believe it.
Well, I think hockey doing something right wouldn't be a
I would
first
believe
time.
it.
I mean, hockey's awesome. So, yeah, that would make sense to me, too. But I know in the NBA, I think it goes to the owner as well.
I mean, the NFL, you know, the owners are just, the NFL is like a totally,
NFL probably
NFL's
goes.
a totally different beast. Like, it's an owner-centric, like, the entire league is owner-centric, more so than any sport.
Yeah.
Shout out to One Wheeler in the chat. Just one quick update. I took a couple of legs out of Ronnie because this is to Ronnie, till this is to VWAP anyways, and I didn't get it here. So if I don't get that trend break and I get that trend break, it doesn't mean you try to make more out of it than it is. I moved my stop to break even at this point because it's already bounced off first move. So stop's going to go right in here just above the 305. That's down from like about 310 on that bad boy. And team heating up is the super chat from One Wheeler. Thank you for the super chat. Team heating up.
Ooh.
The thing about all these types of plays, Atlassian, load, like when I see, it doesn't do a ton of volume. But when I say these plays, I should like preface. I'm talking about stocks that are off of the lows. Sometimes you see a lot of names that have been beaten up and trending down, kind of all breaking out together. And like a small portion of that is maybe you just have like a few funds here or there that are like heavily short a bunch of stuff, like it's what they do. And so lots of these names would be downward trending, and you know, maybe they got 3 or 4 of them in different types of sectors, and then they start all breaking out at once, and then you just get like, oh, we need some more cash, be able to short the better one. Let's take our win on X so we can go short Y, more of the other one. And to the extent that maybe that's happening, you can start to see more breakouts, like teams getting off the low, Salesforce is getting off the low. Nice, let's go. Salesforce at 267 today.
Oh, good.
Pretty good. This is almost at the 200 period moving average. It only took 2 days, and it's almost at the 200 period moving average. So Benioff and co. saying the right things and getting that move. But like team, Atlassian is just another example of one of these in the penalty box stocks that is trying to make a break. Unlike CRM, it's trying to close above the 50 period day 1. I'd still give it a day or 2. To me, it's like the 3-day rule. Like, let it prove to me that it wants to be above the 250 period moving average, because it's done this and failed before. Just because it's above here doesn't mean it's automatically going to work. It just has this time. So yeah, let us know what else you guys are looking at. It's almost not worth looking at the visualizer, because the visualizer is Beyond Meat, right? You know what? I can show it to you guys, because I was just talking about CRM. Why did it come to mind? Beyond Meat, Beyond Meat, Beyond Meat, Beyond Meat, Ronnie, CRM. And then like Fun, it's a new one. BBI, GSIT. Oh, speaking of offerings, GSIT dropped an offering on this morning. That's an example. Yeah, GSI technology. This was an example of, I'm not saying this is going to happen to Beyond Meat, but these guys dropped an offering this morning, and look what happened to this stock. Like, it's now down 15%, and this was gapped up huge. At one point in the pre-market, it was up like 40-something%, and it's now down 15 because they dropped an offering. said, like, make sure you ring your registers on some of these bad boys.
Yeah. So I'm going to, we just had Beyond Meat going on quite a nice run there off the 50-period moving average. So I'm just going to now, we stopped now 3 times. There we go. Okay, so closing the trade off. The big one there for Beyond Meat. We only had a piece left, but I'm glad to get out at the highest we've been able to. So up there at 360. So good little trade there for BYND. Now we just got Apple, which is now making the move back in again here. So just one trade left, Apple, to go. We've had some great trade ideas today, and I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you do hit that like and the subscribe. Join Darren and myself for the market recap show today. As we'll go over Netflix, should be huge. Texas Instruments should be huge. Everything should be a big, overall big earnings bonanza here today. Okay, just looking out at this. Tesla's on a little bit of a move right now. Nice move upside as the market trying to go up, but there goes Tesla right now, 446. So if we zoom back out a little bit, just to see, it's still stuck in the middle, man. I mean, if anything, I would think short now against this level, which is 446.50, 447, but not enough time left, man. Only 4 minutes left until the imbalances. So, you know, those imbalances could come bid or offer. Neil and I don't really have any idea. So the whole point is, if anybody figures out how to predict where imbalances are going, that'd be nice.
Especially the Nasdaq.
Because then I could just make millions of dollars, literally, but I can't. So we're going to wait now to see what winds up happening with Tesla. 446.50 would be the top there. I think a breakout of that, and we get going. So that if there is a buy imbalance, you're going to see some little falsified moves here. So just don't get caught up in it with only a few minutes left. It looks like that was a good out there for Beyond Meat. I'm just going to hold out for Apple. Let's just take it out at the 50 period if it does come back up there too. So I don't even, my stop for Apple was a break of that 80 level. That didn't come through. So 226, what did I say this was? Let's go 31s. It's okay. Worst case, right? I mean, worst case, we'll take a 30-cent winner. So there it is. Whoopsies. Okay, well, that was a fail, but we'll take 66 cents then, I guess. So you might have just saw me. I must have just put in the wrong price right there. So as soon as I get filled, as soon as that comes out, so I don't know what I put there. I must have put 260. Maybe I put 260 flat. I don't know. But anyways, it triggered there. We are now out of Apple, but did not mean to, but that's okay. It still looks pretty good there for the downside of that. We were going to go to 260. Oh, I put 262.30. That was the problem. 263.30 was the play there. So yeah, man, nice move to the downside. We'll figure it out now if we want this stock, but we're out of Apple. Only 3 minutes to go. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hit the like and the subscribe. A couple of huge trades here in the afternoon, Apple and Beyond Meat. And that's about it, man. And then we just wait to see what happens here for Netflix.
Yeah, only a couple of trades. Like I only had Ronnie and Beyond Meat, not a single large cap this afternoon. No. But you know what? The market literally didn't move. And we'll get to that in a quick little second. But I said I'd move to break even. It didn't take out the prior stop on Ronnie. But as I said, if I don't get the top, then I'm playing down here. And ultimately, if it wants to step up, I respect it. When the buyers come back in on that dump, then I'll just buy out and take whatever it is that we can. So 2.5 minutes until the imbalances drop. Everybody, and Beyond Meat, people are finally talking about it on Bloomberg. This is the best thing about Trader TV Live, in my opinion, is if you're like, obviously any normal, like just talking about the broad market, you know, they'll maybe spend some time talking about Beyond Meat just for like the novelty factor of it, because it's almost like you have to cover it. But for us, it's like, it's 1.6 billion worth of volume, and it's been a story for the last couple of days, right? Like whether it was breaking $1 yesterday, or it was, you know, the reversion off of VWAP, or like just the parabolic nature of the move here and the trading opportunities. Like this is a show where what's happening in the market, it could be crypto, it could be Beyond Meat, it could be gold. It could be quantum names, whatever is happening, then that's where we want to be paying attention to. So when you guys throw symbols in there, like what's going on, it's what we're going to cover. And that's what it's all about, just so everyone can find the best opportunities and then learn the most. And we'll see what happens. Bavin, do you think Beyond Meat might do an offering aftermarket? I don't know. I got to give you the honest answer. I don't know. I know what happens. I know what we just saw happen to GSIT when they dropped an offering this morning. But you've got to remember, They have to file. You can't just randomly drop an offering. Beyond Meat can't just do that unless they previously filed. And if they have not filed, that's a process that can take a little bit of time. I just think they're crazy if they don't do one post-haste. So as quickly as they're able to file an offering, I would suspect that they would take advantage of this. They're trying to return. Like, why wouldn't you get more capital? Someone said in the Bobby Axelrod, I can't confirm whether this is true or not. And I'll do our research here, and we should. I'm not swinging this. If I was swinging this, then all I would be doing is trying to figure this out. Someone said in the chat they filed for an offering in September. If that's the case, then you better believe they can drop it anytime they want. So that makes it it just changes the litmus for holding overnight if they could drop it on you at any single moment. For the day trade, it's unlikely to happen now. But as said before, we saw what happened this morning with GSIT. Like, I don't want anybody watching this that's long Beyond Meat to think this is going to go ramp job and then get caught like GSIT did, just fading the entirety of the day. That probably should have been a short on GSIT, but that sort of speaks for itself, kind of like the other names. And balances just came out here, and it's actually hims and hers, 3.5 million to the buy side. That is the largest imbalance. CCL comes out as nothing. It was expected 1.4. Cleveland Cliffs, they had earnings actually pretty good for Cleveland Cliffs, 1.3 million to the buy side. IonQ comes out as nothing. NVIDIA, 1 million, very small for NVIDIA, 1 million to the buy. ETHA, 900,000 sell. I've never seen that there before. That's not, NVIDIA is too small. A million on NVIDIA, we're not going to be terribly concerned about. ETHA, not moving on that imbalance. I tried a couple times off VWAP, had a pretty good reversion to VWAP on ETH, but it couldn't really hold underneath VWAP for that follow through. That said, just because we're looking at it in this moment, if I look at what's really going on with ETH, yeah, sure, kind of got the top, but this is looking like liquidity grab bottom and then bounce off the prior support. So hold the prior support. The next step, I'm going to zoom it just a little bit further out so I can complete the thought. There's your liquidity grab. Your next step would kind of be breaking out around here, like 31.5. So this might be like relief rally potential. I was looking to fade the tops on crypto today. So 31.50 could be a breakout potentially tomorrow. That's certainly something I'm going to be watching for sure. Mr. Rookie Man, what were you saying was going to happen to shorts if Beyond Meat closes over 3 at 4 p.m.? So this was me speculating as to just my understanding of how a lot of short firms worked, and we saw this, and you could actually confirm this with regards to open door, that as it was approaching the 200 period moving average, there were a lot of shorts that were building in this range. Like, people always look at this and say, okay, well, your shorts are getting blown out in this, but the other side of the coin is there's shorts that are entering. Like, you have like big firms and whale shorts thinking, oh, this is just such a good bet in the long term, we're going to feed into it. Some of them have the wherewithal to just hold it forever till it goes back down, but others can get squeezed. And those others that can get squeezed, I think, are a little bit more scared when this closes above $3 today. A wick top means nothing for like some big hedge fund, because if it just kind of breaks out through 3 and then closes back underneath, then they're laughing because they probably shorted it expecting it to do that. They short it into this move expecting that, and they win. You've now had a couple of days. If it doesn't do this reverse in a couple of days above the 200 period, then I think they get into trouble. Step 1 is at least closing above. Step 2 is doing something after the fact. Last time, it didn't. Let's look to see if it does tomorrow and then again on Thursday. Okay. For some reason, I think it's Wednesday. I don't know why. I've done that a few times today.
All right, so it should be a good, in the after hours, we're going to wait. I got you.
You're right there. We're going to wait. There it is. What's up with that? Okay, we're going to wait to see if after hours we do get a decent move in Netflix. So we are expecting over 7% of a move. Join Adair and I will have these numbers as soon as they drop.
High.
Like, yeah, it does seem a bit high.
I'll take the under on that.
ASAP. Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. Last movement was 5. You could see right now nobody, apparently, Neil, can decide on what exactly Netflix is going to show up with today, as very muted trading, I would say, here today.
Might be the most sideways I've seen a stock reporting.
Yeah, and Netflix has been in a pretty decent channel over the last, what is this, July, so the last 3 or 4 months. Just trying to figure it out, right? I mean, we had some nice highs, some nice lows, and we're going to wait to see. I do believe in it. I think it'll put up a number, so we'll see what exactly that number is, and it should be a good one. So that is, of course, Netflix, and then the other one, Texas Instruments, coming out as well. We'll see if there's a move here into the close for TXN.
What's the expected there? It is moving.
The expected. Dara has that great graphic out. I just have this little, the expected move on Texas Instruments. Yeah, you can have less than 2 seconds. I'm right here. It is, yeah, 6. Okay, go. Show the graphic, because Dara has a nice graphic over there. There it is right there. So we have Texas Instruments. I just take what Dara did and put it on my Twitter, so this is a better one. Yeah, there it is. Texas Instruments 6%. And then right away, oh, she's going to have the times up here. So that's going to hit right at 4. So I'll get out of here and get right over there at 4 o'clock. Yeah, and then we have ISRG, Mattel. Looks like Mattel with the biggest move. You know, 11% right there. I mean, you know, hello Barbie, let's go party right there. And if you do have options.
I thought that movie was, I give the movie a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't know. It won
but then I also watched it on a flight. Which
yeah, it won a bunch of awards and everything too. So
you
I don't know. Yeah, I never watched it. My family went to the theater. Or my wife and daughter went to the theater for that one. Okay, so there it is right there. Here's the move on Beyond Meat. We did get out right there at 60, but wow, what a day it was for us on BYND. Very good trading. And then, of course, Apple makes the move down there, and we just balance off 262 and change. So, yeah, so far so good, man. Yeah, Beyond Meat now at and going above 52-week highs. This name is up 4 times where it was 2 days ago, so that's a good move. And there you go, man, Mr. Westermeyer. I'm glad you didn't take it out where I sort of was saying they're in and around $3, but there it is, 360 after hours. Maybe this thing gets to 5, but you got to watch out there because the last time we did that, we wick topped. So you know, 535. I would say 450 is in play for sure on this name. And again, just glad that we're able to do that on BYND. Was that a call for Adara?
Well, before we get to Adara, for too long, trading has meant risking your own money or never having enough in the account to start. That fear of losing is higher in that environment. And that's what kept a lot of traders in the sidelines. That's changing now because Trade the Pool is transforming how traders access the markets. With the limited risk trading model, traders use funded capital while Trade the Pool absorbs the downside. This is going to allow traders to focus on what truly matters: discipline, consistency, and growth. And when you hit the profit target, you get to keep 70% of the profit. So no fear, no barriers, just real opportunity. This is the revolution of limited risk trading powered by Trade the Pool. Visit tradethepool.com or scan the QR code you see right in front of you on screen to get 10% off your evaluation, your first evaluation. And as Sean said, like right off the bat, we're going to have in 3 minutes Netflix earnings. Let's go up to the desk one last time to Adara.
I just want to mention Krispy Kreme here, DNUT. As far as I can tell, I've just seen some talk here on social media, people thinking this could be the next short squeeze. We know there's been a lot of these retail favored and short squeeze type plays moving as of late. I mean, I don't need to tell you guys, of course, Beyond Meat has been making some moves, just one example there. So yeah, keep an eye here on DNUT. With that in mind, I am seeing some speculation here of this potentially being the next short squeeze on X. Back to you.
Krispy Kreme was such a big deal when they came out. You see the light would go on, and you're like, get them warm. And
now they have the normal ones, and they have a whole bunch of different designs. The new ones, and they're pretty cheap. But yeah, just a donut there. We always popular at the birthday parties. Baseball team has a birthday party, or somebody brings it to the game.
Oh, yeah, like at our final year tournament. But the last time I had them was once a year was the final tournament of the year.
Okay, yeah, good day overall. It's 350 there. Oh, Apple's fight with Epic. Oh, the App Store. That doesn't matter. It's nothing.
Oh, that's kind of old news.
I think so. Yeah, just like this, Google was old news today when we dropped a story of them, an OpenAI dropping a web browser. That's nice. Come on, man.
Which we knew they've been doing for the longest time.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Over there. All right, I'm out of here.
Oh, that's right.
Have a good day tomorrow. I know Obi will be in here for you tomorrow. So shout out to Neil and to Obi.
No, that's not the next one.
And it is tomorrow, right?
It is tomorrow. I got a couple of appointments that I can keep.
Good.
But also, I'll probably, thankfully, get a little more sleep. So with 1 minute to go, just want to point out, someone seems to be a little bit of buying on Netflix. It hasn't moved much, but it is moving now. Adara, one more time.
Yeah, to let you guys know here, I have some crypto news coming out of Japan. I think maybe worth noting here for Bitcoin. Nikkei reporting that Japan's financial services agency is allowing or considering allowing banking groups to launch crypto trading services and lift their bans on banks buying or holding digital assets for investment. So again, Nikkei reporting that Japan's financial services agency going to basically ease up their regulation on crypto, including allowing banking groups to launch crypto trading and stop banning banks from buying or holding crypto. Back to you.
Thank you there. I was just reminded, I'm like, oh, please tell me that Ripple didn't get back to the 200 period. It did not. XRP, bottoming tail on volume. There's that 200 period moving average. I'm eyeballing this for the next couple of days here. And whatever, like I understand, like most of the talk around here in crypto is going to be actually trading in something else like Bitcoin or ETH, but in the old PA, I got some more money in the Coinbase account, so I like that one. Netflix coming up after the bell. Let's ring it in 3, 2, and 1. And we are expecting it to be rapid. So, everybody, thanks. Hope you had a wonderful day. I know I did. I said to be honest, the Blue Jays news was the second best thing. We got some great news from what I consider family. Sean and I had a good friend that had some fantastic news in his family, and that beat everything, because family is everything. And this show is all about our trading community and family and making sure we give you the juice, which right now is TXN and Netflix earnings. You got the market recap show. We've got Sean and Dara. I believe we're going to have Ryan Shannon on as well. Always a fantastic guest. Make sure you listen to what he says. He gives some fantastic calls out there. I'm going to keep signing off saying go Jays go. That goes without saying, and I'm going to be wearing these every single day that I can while the World Series is on. So let's get up to the desk. We got Sean and Dara, Ryan Shannon for your market recap. Netflix earnings due any second.
Yeah, we're here with Netflix earnings, and yeah, we're really proud to be Blue Jays fans around here. We've been we wear the hat. We have a couple different, 4 or 5 different Blue Jay hats, so we'll be wearing those. We've got the Raptors on today as well. All right, Netflix is now out, so it's heading to the downside a little bit, but not too much right there. We just swiped down into come over to the screen here. We just swiped down into 1222 right there for Netflix. We got a Dara here who's going to be dropping the news when that comes through on Netflix. We'll talk about what that report is and what it looks like, but there's the move down into 210, 212 right now. Netflix with a little bit of a move. I mean, the expected move was 12%. As soon as you get the numbers, just yell at me and we'll go over them. Here, guys. Right there, 12.10 and change. So on the daily chart for Netflix, it's down here already, man. We're looking. I
have numbers, I think.
Okay, we're looking for that 7% or so move, 1160 right now to the downside there for Netflix. And if you have them, we can run through them. If not, we can wait.
Yeah, I have numbers. I'm going to wait to see if we can clarify these here, but it does look like they slightly missed revenue, and that could be the issue here. Free cash flow, though, did grow on a quarter-over-quarter basis. Yeah, it looks like they missed EPS and revenue, but again, I want to wait here until I get all of the numbers here confirmed. But yeah, their guidance also looking a little bit mixed. Okay, I have the numbers now, guys. Q3, it was what I saw previously. Q3 revenue, $11.51 billion versus estimates of 11.52, so it's a slight miss. Q3 EPS, $5.87 versus $6.94 expected. That's a double miss, guys. And they're seeing fiscal 2025 revenue $45.1 billion versus their previous guide of $44.8 bill to $45.2 bill. They're guiding Q4 EPS of $5.45 versus estimates of $5.42. So basically, tepid guidance, double earnings miss. Not a good look here for an NFLX.
No, it is absolutely tanking right now. Down 7%. We're down to 1150 right now on Netflix. So give this a little look here. I know we have Texas Instruments as well, but right into here, 1150. That's the bottom. I think it's worth taking a little shot here on those numbers. We will recap those numbers and get them on the screen for you ASAP. But that's a nice move down there for Texas Instruments. For Netflix. Texas Instruments is also out right now. So here we go. Texas Instruments with a little bit of a down push right now, down 3%. I don't know. It doesn't look that bad. It's kind of bouncing around right here.
It's a slight EPS miss here, Sean, but just barely. They reported EPS of $1.48 versus $1.49 expected. Sales, though, were a beat, $4.742 billion versus $4.645 billion expected. So Netflix double miss. TXN earnings miss slightly, and then sales beat. They're guiding Q4 GAAP earnings between $1.36 413 and 139 per share, well below estimates of 141. So not a good look there for guidance. They're guiding sales also largely below estimates here, 4.22 bill to 4.58 bill versus estimates of 4.52 bill. So midpoint obviously is going to be a little bit below expectations here. And again, I'll put that Netflix guide up on the screen for you guys to see, so you can take a look at it. At 405, we're getting kind of smaller potatoes names with the exception of ISRG, which is a fairly large potato. But Netflix report are guiding Q4 GAAP earnings at 545 versus estimates of 542. Sales, they're guiding at 11.96 billion versus 11.902 billion expected. So as I mentioned, kind of tepid guidance and certainly concerning numbers. When I read more through that report, I'll let you guys know, but it is worth noting 1162 has been a bit of a level on NFLX and just cleared it like it was nothing.
Yeah, in the after hours. I mean, right now, now it's back to 11.62 again. I mean, the spread is like $7, $8.
It's fun to watch. I
love it. For now, it's at 11.70. It was just at 11.50 right there. So don't trade this in the after hours.
No.
I do not recommend right there. But the gap is good. It's 545 versus 542. That's a win. Sales higher. That's a win. It's these numbers right here, the actually reported numbers, right? And so you have 587 missing 697. That's a miss of over $1 per share. That is not good right there. Then also a miss right here on the sales, but only by a smidge, $400 million, which is nothing. $11.5 billion right there. But yeah, it's a double miss on the top and bottom, but then a guide forward look for NFLX. So actually not doing horrible right there. It's down 6%. The implied move was 7. So it looks like that's a winner there if you're able to get that short. I like the long. I thought, I mean, the guide forward makes sense to me, which you have the live events and whatnot for Netflix. I think that's going to be good, and they've guided higher. But that miss, I wonder what that's attributed to.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
Maybe a little more expensive acquisition costs. I wonder if that's sort of built in. I wonder if there's also built in that deal with Spotify. So I'm just thinking out loud here where those numbers come from, because that is such a big miss. Texas Instruments right now down 5%. So they're starting to get a little lower as well. As let me just find out those. I mean, Adair's already gone through the numbers on there as well, but this is what it looks like for the gap here on Texas. So this is what they're looking for. They see EPS of 113 to 139 versus 141. So, oh no, does the emperor have no clothing anymore? Nice move to the downside right there on double miss on the move forward for Texas Instruments. But what do they have on the top and bottom line? Right now they go EPS 148, misses 149, sales slight beat. So they're going to go 3 for 4 on the miss, man. They're going to guide lower and they're going to miss. That's Texas Instruments there on EPS. And then I just heard you, so let me call it up quickly and we'll go over to you for the numbers. ISRG Intuitive Surgical also out, and oh boy, the robotics theme going to play right now, up 9% for ISRG.
Yeah, this is a great pop here, and it's also, especially compared to what we've seen so far tonight, Sean, it's a great report. Q3 adjusted earnings, $2.40 versus estimates of $1.98. Sales, 2.505 bill versus 2.404 bill expected. Now, this would be a good report regardless, but I honestly think it maybe looks a little better too, given how significantly all of these other companies missed, and that unfortunately includes our friend Mattel, because Mattel reported a double miss, Sean.
Oh no.
Adjusted earnings, 89 cents versus 107 expected. Sales, 1.736 bill versus 1.835 bill, and all of these, I guess, people who are in this trade are getting into their Malibu Barbie car, and they're driving off the cliff and out of this trade. Rough look there. The other we were waiting for was Capital One. We're not supposed to get Chubb until 4:15. Not seeing Capital One yet, guys.
All right, so Beyond Meat is really extending out right now. I mean, this is a name that we talked about throughout the whole day. We had a great trade on this one, going long $3 earlier on, but there goes Beyond Meat right now, up through $3.90 now. That's going to be the new local high, $3.92 there for BYND as it continues to go. I don't remember what the story was for Donut there. Neil and I were just talking about.
Random speculation that it's the next short squeeze.
Yeah, I believe it probably is the next short squeeze. We had this a little while ago on the show. We talked about it, and there is a good short float there. So $3 up to $4 right now. Beyond Meat, Beyond Donuts right now.
Capital One.
Going to the upside. Let's just quick, Daryl will dig into Capital One quickly. Netflix right now found a bottom for sure, I think. For sure, I think. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, Netflix potentially found a bottom right there in and around 11.50. We stared at that a little bit, did not really break it. 11.50 for Netflix right now, holding out on, we've sort of talked about their numbers right here. There it is right there, missing 587 versus 697. Also a miss on the sales. And then, you know, to double up on it, they actually provided a forward look on their gap. So 545 right there to 542 estimate, so beat by 3 cents. And also they're expecting a sales beat. So we'll see if it can hold. That 1150 going to be very, very important there. Texas Instruments, again, their report, not great. Miss on that side as well. Downside push there, miss on the guide as well. So Texas Instruments making those moves down. You just talked about Mattel, just quickly on that one. And then there was another name you said, Capital One.
Yeah.
So there's Mattel, 650. Nice move to the downside there, 6.5%, sorry. Looks like it does want to hold the 685 for now. That's the shelf break on the daily, so watch out for that little break right there for Mattel, 675, looking to hold. What does Capital One look like?
Yeah, actually not bad. And again, much like our good friend Intuitive Surgical, they actually posted a double beat, which unfortunately is very rare for this crop of earnings names tonight. Q3 adjusted earnings, $5.95, healthily beating estimates of $4.37 per share. Sales, $15.359 billion, beating estimates of $15.075 million. Billions for both of those. I do want to go over as well here our pal ASTS. I want to thank our friend Darwin in the chat for mentioning ASTS. AST Space Mobile announcing a proposed private offering of $850 million of convertible senior notes due 2036. So I'm going to put this up here. Thank you, Darwin, for bringing this one to my attention. People were asking me if DraftKings is news. They had a price target cut only by $5 earlier today. That is a nice pop up there here for DraftKings. I'm going to check social media, because if anyone knows, it's probably X. Let's be real with ourselves. So I'm going to take a look here on DKNG. But DKNG has really been moving quite a lot lately, often on basically the inverse of stuff related to Kalshi and predictions markets. And here it is, guys. I'm seeing this on X. DraftKings reportedly acquiring predictions platform Railbird. Well, as I just mentioned, Sean, given that we have DraftKings moving to the downside a lot of times when we have positive news and predictions markets, this kind of feels like the natural next step for DraftKings. Hey, if you can't beat them, join them. And it looks like they are joining by reportedly acquiring prediction market Railbird. As I get more context in this, I'll let you know. It's just something I'm seeing swirling here, but seeing it from enough sources. Now CNBC actually reporting it. This does seem to be legit. DraftKings planning on acquiring predictions platform Railbird.
Beyond Me right now, acquiring the $4 level right now. So there it goes. Nice move there, up for Beyond Meat. It looks like it's going to bounce around $4. We did have Mr. Westermeyer in the chat talking all about $4.20. Will that meme sort of level there come into play again? We got to break through $4. But hey, 1.76 with a B shares today, 1.8 billion shares. We're approaching that number here for BYND. And oh boy, was it a big day there for them. Let's just quickly check before we check on Chubb. This looks like it's gonna break, man. I mean, if you're still in this, you can still execute after hours, depending on what platform you're on, but I'm pretty sure most of them right now, it's only 411, should have access to after hours trading. So you could get out of that. I would think about it, it's at $4. Nice bounce of Netflix at 1150. We sort of called that little bit of a bottom there. And then Texas Instruments, still, I don't think there's a bottom in this name as it's come out again here to the downside. Capital One, you said, no, Chubb it was, so CB now out with earnings, a name that we don't trade very often, with it looks like $1.50 worth of a spread, now up 2.5%.
That's $50 spread, you say?
Yeah, that's just in the after hours though. Don't get too excited. It'll be a little bit tighter than that once the market does open up tomorrow. But right now, 274, nice 2.5% move for Chubb. What do those numbers look like?
I mean, to be fair, Sean, it's like a $270 name, so maybe it'll be spready. We'll see.
Yeah.
But either way here, adjusted earnings, $7.49, healthily beating estimates of $6.15. Sales, $12.934 billion versus $12.901 billion. So this is a double beat. And Sean, I kind of alluded to this earlier, but I think maybe the reason that these names that double beat, like Chubb, Intuitive Surgical, and Capital One are doing so well. I mean, the reports were stellar, but also, I mean, when you compare to the other names that reported tonight, like the Netflix tank and the TXN tank and the Mattel tank, I think they also look relatively better as well. And I'm really not sure if the algos or markets work like that. But either way, I do find it to be pretty fascinating, just the extent of how, like, I guess the intensity of these moves to the downside and to the upside on all the earnings names tonight, because we usually don't get that.
I mean, especially when the market, we talked about volatility, right? I mean, when the market are at these highs and some of the stocks are reacting, you know, to obviously bullish first bearish sentiment in the market itself, and now all of a sudden it's put up or shut up time with earnings. And as we enter now, brand new earnings season, obviously we start off with the banks, not overly successful at all for the banks. We can run through that. I mean, even just, well, whatever, XLF, we can have a quick little look at that. It's down here. Remember, earnings last week for the banks, and you're going to see here on the daily chart once it loads that we do have a downside push here for many of these banking names, including JP Morgan, Citigroup, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, the positive name there. But yeah, I mean, look, Texas Instruments was pretty ugly. And I mean, I hope this is not a look forward on what to expect with the bank, with the rest of tech, because it was Texas Instruments right now. They come out and they miss on their EPS, right? So EPS rate here, I'll just put this over here so you can maybe see a little bit better. EPS of 148, missing 149. Sales, though, on the beat side of things, so that was nice, but then it's right here. Their gap EPS is really the problem. If their low side is gonna be 113, that is low, man. I mean, especially when their high side is not even at the estimated levels. So that's not good there. And then also as well, 422 billion. And again, I don't have a problem with these guys guiding lower. I mean, I still think that with tariffs being a problem, we don't know what the tariff's going to be for China. Well, you know, there's a lot involved here. So Texas Instruments does take it on the chin a little bit here, down 6%, hoping that this is not something for the bigger stocks to worry about. Let me just see if there is any worry here. Yes, 180. What was NVIDIA at today? This is not good for them, I don't think.
They broke 180 briefly, but they came right back.
Okay, so right here in the after hours for NVIDIA, just ticking down slightly right now. It looks like they closed around 181 and change, now down to 180 flat. AMD probably not seeing much movement on this one. Maybe Micron potentially seeing a movement down on this bad Texas Instrument number. But yeah, a little bit of a push down there for AMD, and we could check out Micron. But yeah, overall, it looks like the chip space is relatively okay with this TXN number. MU, though, a push into the close as well on a sell imbalance, right? So that's starting to affect some of these names. All right, Netflix. Again, yeah, welcome. Thank you for joining. The numbers are now out on Netflix there. Not good. Missing on the top and the bottom, although a forward guide positive. So I think that's holding out pretty decently right now. Down 4%, not the end of the world, but look where it bounces off of. Pretty clean there of 1150. So a nice little bounce there off of that level, giving traders pause for hope, at least, that level will hold. We'll see tomorrow, Adair. That could be a great smash short if we get into that tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to, but that is the story
on Netflix?
Of Netflix.
Oh,
yeah.
you know I'll be trying to do that.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Will it retest that 1150 area? That's...
Yeah, we'll see. I think, like I said, 1162 is kind of more, I know that's hyper-specific, but that's kind of the level I like on Flakes. So that'll be something I'll be watching for sure tomorrow.
62, right.
Yeah, that 1162. I don't know why specifically that, but yeah, I mean, either way, also, guys, it's worth noting. I put these out now. They're coming out either the morning of the report or often, you know, the night before. And Tesla is going to be released in probably an hour and a half. I have it pre-scheduled. So either way, guys, if you're wondering, hey, what are the big earnings names net expecting? What were the last reports? There's a way to find out. Exit TTV Research. As I said, this one I posted this morning, the one for Tesla, which is reporting tomorrow night, that's going to be out, I said, within an hour and a half. So please make sure to keep these posted. I'm going to be working very hard to get these for you for all of the major earnings names. And yes, I know I've signed myself up for a lot given the earnings docket next week. But either way, I want to make sure everybody stays informed. So that is what I will be doing. I also have implied moves infographics coming out at 3 p.m. basically, or 3 p.m., 3:30 usually, the day before the next spate of earnings. So there's a lot to keep an eye out for. Please check out Exit TTV Research if you are enjoying this type of content. If you want to be aware for earnings, because earnings stuff is cool, and right now that's basically the entirety of my focus on this channel for this earnings season.
Good, yeah,
So
good. We need that. Yeah, people need those graphics, and yeah, it makes it easy to read and easy to make sense of things. So thanks, Adara, for doing that. I have to remind everybody that today's recap show is brought to you by Global X. So go check out their Beta Pro 3X product right there on your screen right now. So this is brought to you by Global X. Just Google them, go figure it out. 3 times the levered products here. Canadian traders, it is currency hedged as well. So exciting product there from Global X. All right, you know, iPhone today, like another all-time high made for Apple. I mean, we had some beautiful trades there yesterday on the long. Today was kind of just a little quiet early. It does fade out at near the end of the day, but Apple today up to 262 on strong post-launch numbers from their iPhone 17. So we get some strong numbers there, driven by the trade-in value of the 16 Pro and the 16. Apparently a lot of seller providers, carriers, and whatnot are giving that value on that trade, and especially on the secondary market as well. So that's really helping it in the lighter form version for the iPhone. Plus, their analysts raised over 4%, revenue to rise 4% this year to just a small $209 billion in 2026 there for the iPhone. So that's good as well. Shipping times are up 13%, which means Sharif had a story about this as well on the weekend where he was looking for the iPhone. He went to the store, and by the time he got there, it was gone, although he already phoned them, and they had told him they had it in stock. So that's interesting there. So if wait times are higher on a name like Apple, means that the demand is there as well. So that's my takeaway. It looks like the cycle for Apple is a strong one, although it's not like that super cycle that everyone's talking about. I still believe that Apple does have a great, huge runway there with the phone. Today and their services, right? Their services revenue, I think, is going to be huge. Watches, everything like that. What they've been doing with their AirPods is also pretty unique, as well as they get into the health space, right? A lot of the sensors on the watch, great as you age and whatnot, or just for athletes and whatnot, figuring that all out. All right, Amazon today. What a great day for Amazon. Hit the bank for that, man. Yesterday's major outages across the world, basically, really did spark some concern for Amazon. But yesterday, Amazon was actually up here on the daily. And the thing about Amazon, there it is yesterday. And I said the story about my kid messaged me, or when I got home, didn't message me, talked to me, and said, wow, the market must have got killed today because of all those outages. And he said, what's going on with Amazon? I said Amazon was up. And I think that just basically signifies that, yeah, Amazon does have a lot of networks connected to them, a lot of power, I think it was 31 or 40% or something like that, space in the cloud for AWS from yesterday. Good movements down there into the 200 period, got bought up, I think, technically, and then today we extend that through. Today, Amazon disrupts global internet traffic. That was the number there, 31% yesterday affected there. Wide impact amongst Amazon, Disney Plus, Reddit. Like, we woke up yesterday and my wife was checking because we were supposed to get, me and my son are building a computer for him right now. We talked a little bit about that, I think. I'll talk to Obi about it tomorrow. And he needed more RAM. So he only had something like, I think it was 16 gigs maybe, and we got him another 8 gig slot. He had a slot there, so we got him another 8 gigs. So he was looking forward to that, looking forward for the Amazon delivery. Did not come yesterday morning because there was Amazon delivery issues. Came this morning.
That's good.
So yeah, 6 a.m. came.
Oh, that's really
my
nice.
dog is like barking. I'm trying to sleep there. My dog going, ah.
Amazon, I feel like, has been getting faster. Like, I've only had Prime for a couple months, but it's dope because there's something I was trying to order, and I was like, oh, maybe it'll get here by Tuesday, and I ordered it on Saturday, and then it came like Sunday at like 4 p.m., and I was like, this is amazing. When you check out,
it tells you when it's coming.
Well, it did tell me when it was coming, but it came like 2 days earlier.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, thank you, Amazon. Appreciate you. So yeah, I like Amazon Prime, and I'm not getting rid of that.
Yeah, so Roblox, Perplexity, Fortnite, all affected by yesterday's down detector, but not down today is Amazon, up 2.5%, so that was real nice. Okay, we did find about some Bitcoin problems, I think, are brewing in Bitcoin land. I mean, look, I really like the fact that we bounced off the 200 period moving average, but the problem for me is we didn't break back above 115 yet. Now, will that happen tomorrow? I hope so. We did have a nice run today. The top wick there is about 114. We were watching it live. It was 113, 113.5 bouncing around, but today we do have Bitcoin worries on our mind as that's very volatile, man. Up and down 2%, it seems like every single day. Fed's dovish shift right now boosts the risk appetite. So we'll go and wait to see. This is what we have as a note right now. Powell never talks about Bitcoin, of course, but we do worry now about potentially heading into earnings season. Will the Nasdaq hold fort here or not? Bitcoin trying to bounce off the 200 and did quite a nice job there in and around 107 or 108. We'll see what it wants to do here today, but it looks like right now, price of Bitcoin 111 or so, 110.9, trying to hold out. I bought the dip. I bought at 108 here live on the show last Thursday, and we're not really recovering too well from that, but we'll hold out hope that Bitcoin has found a level. All right, just a quick little talk about some of those names there. We'll talk about more major stories as we go, but right now it's the Netflix story today. Dara, if we have the numbers, we should probably review them.
Give me 2 seconds.
Right now, Netflix down 5%. And again, Dara's going to give you the exact numbers, but
yep, I have the numbers.
They did double miss, right? On the top and on the bottom line there for EPS and for sales, but they do have a decent guide. I think it was initially this move down here on the chart was created by that top and bottom line, right? I mean, they missed it, and then they came out with a much better guide.
Tight. The guide is tight. I wouldn't say much better.
No, but much better than the initial top and bottom line. I mean,
yeah, it's better than the earnings. Yeah.
Right. If they guided lower, then it would have been a disaster. But there it is. So Dara has it up on her screen if you want to review some of those.
Yeah, that's a fair point there. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, I mean, so we'll talk here first about this top set here, which is the earnings. $5.87 here for their EPS. That is well below estimates of $6.97. Sales, 11.51 billion, narrowly missing estimates of 11.54 billion. So the EPS miss, I would say, is a lot steeper than the sales miss, but a double miss nonetheless, all the same. Now let's talk here about their guide. So they narrowed their fiscal 2025 sales guide. Initially, they were expecting 44.8 bill to 45.2 bill. They've narrowed that to 45.1 bill, which is slightly above estimates of 45.014 bill for the year. So again, pretty tepid. That's kind of how I described their guidance earlier. I stand by that description. That in Q4 GAAP earnings, $5.45 per share, narrowly beating estimates of $5.42. Sales, 11.96 billion versus 11.902 billion expected. So again, double sale, like EPS miss, sales miss, but the guidance, you know, as you mentioned, Sean, you're right. It's a good way of putting it. Like if it had been any worse, I think NFLX could have been in a world of danger.
Yeah.
Right now, though, being able to recover relatively well. We're off like roughly $40 from the low. Also, it's worth noting Kevin Hassett saying that he thinks hopefully we'll still have, you know, Xi and Trump being able to meet in China. And then also, I'm just seeing here Lululemon with a story. I know this is one that you've been involved in.
Yeah, hopefully upside.
Lululemon entering into a second amended and restated credit agreement. According to an SEC filing, they now have the ability to increase total commitments by up to $1 billion. I also want to let you guys know here, I have something else. Capital One authorizing a $16 billion share repurchase.
Ooh, I like that.
So Capital One already did really well in those earnings. I don't think this hurts them at all. Microsoft with a couple headlines, nothing major, just talking about Satya Nadella's, who is their CEO's, his compensation, and they're nominating a man named John David Rainey to their board.
Oh, wow. So Lululemon likes that report there for some reason. I'll have to figure it out. But Lululemon up 5% today, up to 181. We're getting close to getting back to flat on that trend. I saw that, Fabian. Okay. Derek, get Texas Instruments locked and loaded.
Yep.
I'm going to come back to you in a couple seconds with that one.
Talk about DraftKings
Texas,
again.
I am going to. Texas Instruments right now. It's funny, you read my mind. That was the next thing I was going to go to. Texas Instruments down 6%. Derek's going to get that all written up for you in just a second. But here it is right now. DraftKings. I never heard of Railbird, but it doesn't really matter if you're on the rails. Whoopsies. Oh, no. There it is. Okay, we got that back. Wow. Shook that. See that? See that? Fabian, that was nice. All right, so there it is right now. DraftKings soaring right now after it acquired Railbird. And I guess that's to get into the prediction market, as Adara had already highlighted for us. A nice move up there. And again, like, this is why I think it's important. It's not like they're dropping this news at any kind of levels. They're not looking at the chart and saying, oh, this is a good time to acquire something. But when you come in here and you're starting to get to some levels that actually make sense, this goes back to August of 24, right back here. So we've basically given it all back. Like, DraftKings is a great company. It's well run. Obviously, cost of acquisition continues to be a problem for them. And we'll find out. Let me find out actually right now when DraftKings does report. But DKNG here on details. I'm just going to get this to you in 1 second. They report on, and here's the calendar. I don't want to pull it up to you because it is November the 6th for DraftKings. So still a little bit, couple days away for this, about 2 weeks, give it. But DraftKings right now, just trying to take it out. We'll see tomorrow if this is a trade, man. 36.50 breaking for DraftKings. 2 weeks away. I want to thank almost all 4,000 of you watching in the chat. Let's give a little wave to each other in the chat. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Wave to Adara and I in the chat. Adara, all right, here it is right now. Texas Instruments, 168.50 right now, down 6% for TXN.
Yeah, let's talk about TXN here. Texas Instruments Q3 EPS, $1.48, narrowly missing estimates of $1.49. Sales, $4.742 billion, beating estimates of $4.645 billion. So again, EPS miss, sales beat. Now, as Sean mentioned, their guidance was also a bit unfortunate here, which likely is the reason Netflix had a bit of a bounce and Texas Instruments really hasn't yet. They're seeing Q4 GAAP earnings 1.13 here, $1.13 per share versus, $1.13 to $1.39, below estimates of $1.41. Sales, they're guiding here between $4.22 bill and $4.58 bill. Midpoint of that is going to be below estimates of $4.52 bill. I would say the EPS guide, especially a little bit weak there. I do want to mention as well, guys, if you enjoyed all this content, make sure you stay with us, because after this stream ends, you'll be directed right here to this awesome video on Netflix earnings. Shout out to all these Netflix shows, shout out to NFLX, and shout out to our awesome production team and Ramin for putting this stuff together. So guys, don't go anywhere when this stream ends very soon, because you'll be right over here to watch this video.
All right, man, we have David here, good super chat coming in right now, and he's talking all about Tesla tomorrow. Not saying it's his bet, but he will be champagne or tequila, elephant on the floor tomorrow. So you're thinking that Tesla's going to hit to the downside there? Is that what you mean by that, David? But at the end of the day, Tesla comes tomorrow, and it should be a big one, man. Tomorrow, right after the close, is going to be Tesla. So join us for more fun, just like what we're doing right now. We'll run through everything. We'll have the live quotes for you. Like, that's the best part. Well, I mean, there's lots of good parts about this show, but do make sure you stay tuned. I think 4:31-ish, you'll go right into that Netflix, or maybe even sooner than that. I will wrap this thing up ASAP. Right now, let's wrap this show up. We only have 1 minute left anyways, but yeah, I think Tesla tomorrow. I mean, what is everybody's prediction here in the chat for Tesla? We want to say wave to everybody. There's a lot of people waving to us. We want to say hi to everybody there in the chat as well, but Fabian has the chat up there. Up or down for Tesla tomorrow? Look, I think we're right in a good zone here on the daily chart for TSLA. A lot of it's going to depend on what the conference call has, I feel like, and if we do get sort of an outlook there, when is said taxi coming? What are we doing with full self-drive? Is there anything else Elon's working on? Is there that Model 2 coming through? There's going to be a lot of discussion there. The conference call will be at 5:30. Adara. So we won't be on the air at that time, but there's going to be a lot of interesting things dropping. Check our Twitters for all of that throughout the day as well tomorrow, and potentially after hours on TSLA. One of the biggest earning reports of the season.
Yes.
Tesla's always exciting to watch out for. It's going to be there tomorrow at this time. Tesla should be coming through, so that should be a great one. So just you know, a quick little review. Netflix continues to hit the skids here a little bit, but well bounced off of that 1150. So Tesla right now. Flip over to my screen, Fabian. I'll do this real quick, and then we got to get out of here. Netflix now down 5%, so that's going. It's Texas Instruments World. Not today, down 6% for Texas Instruments. We've got Mattel on the lookout, and Barbie was driving off a cliff, but then she came back to life. Right now, she found Ken. Right now, that is now only down. She couldn't find him. Now it's only down 1.69%. ISRG, man, the robots are taking over the world, and they're taking over your operating room right now. 550. My mom got her hip replaced, probably by a robot. She was in and out. Love you, my mother. In and out of that operating room in like an hour. Had the operation, was out of the whole hospital in like 2 or 3 hours from getting a hip replaced. Unbelievable. Her incision is like a few inches. It's crazy.
How does it happen? Just like the robot?
It happens with ISRG,
That's
baby.
pretty dope.
This is what's happening right now. Thank you so much for joining. Adara, we do got to go to the Netflix video, but Adara, this is an Amazon product that you've purchased. If it's too personal, don't say it. But
a fan for my room.
A fan, there we go. Fans on sale at Amazon. Go get one right now. It's been a great show. The video is dropping immediately after this, so stay tuned for our Netflix video. That's Adara, I'm Sean. Luckily for both of you, we are back tomorrow at 8:30. Ciao.